All aboard. The orca has been acquitted, but Sasha has been accused. And Phoenix will not rest on his laurels while that happens. Shush you. That was a big sigh, Athena. Did you lose the case? No, we won. The defendant was found not guilty. Huh? Then why are you so dejected? Daddy, were you being mean to her? What? Picking on the new kid? Not cool, Mr. Wright. Not cool. Wait a minute. Talk about false accusations. We were able to prove the defendant's innocence. But then Sasha got arrested instead. So that's what happened. That's too bad. So what are you two going to do now? We're going to get to the bottom of this. I don't believe for a second that Sasha did what they're accusing her of. I don't believe it either. I won't give up. Boss, let's go see Sasha and tell her we want to represent her. Right now, I imagine she's still being questioned by the police. Let's get started on the investigation first and look for proof of her innocence. Sounds like a plan. Just leave the office to me and Polly, Daddy. If there's anything I can do to help, just say the word. Thanks. If you could organize the evidence and clean the office, that'd be great. I meant anything I could do as a lawyer. Oh. Ad break. You know what? That takes care of that. Time to head to the scene of the crime. Huh? There's no water in the pool. Orla, where are you? I can hear her at the bottom of the pool. Maybe there's some water down there. Orla sounds so sad. Maybe she misses Sasha. Careful there, you shouldn't get right up to the edge like that. You don't want to end up like the victim. Besides, the police are still conducting their investigation here. Don't go poking around.
Detective Fulbright.
Is something wrong, Miss Lawyer? You look angry.
I object to you arresting Miss Buckler.
Detective, I'd like to ask you some questions about the case, if you don't mind. Go right ahead.
Miss Buckler is 100% innocent, so why did you arrest her?
I understand your desire to believe in her, but the fact remains that she is suspicious. Right now, there are investigators on the scene, so you can come in as you please. But ordinarily, a security card is required to enter this orca pool room. The victim and Sasha Buckler were the only ones who possessed this card. And yesterday, the day of the incident, there's proof the suspect's card was used.
Objection! Somebody else could have used Miss Buckler's card.
Oh my, I guess that would be one possible explanation.
Didn't I sound just like a lawyer right there?
Yeah, we'd kind of be in trouble if you didn't. Except, the suspect confirmed she entered the room at the time the record states. She said she was here from 3 to 6 a.m. on July 20th. Apparently, she was giving the orca pool room a good cleaning. Cleaning in the middle of the night? Yes, she said that a lot of the heavy-duty cleaning is done at night. The suspect also admits that she was fighting with the owner before his murder. What's more, nobody saw the victim again after he met with the suspect.
Objection! There must be something I can object to in there somewhere.
Save your objections for tomorrow's trial.
By the way, Detective Fulbright, do you think Miss Buckler's questioning is over?
No, not yet. But I told the guy in charge to take it easy on her.
Why? Is something wrong?
Oops, forgot I said anything. It doesn't concern you two anyway.
But it does concern us. We intend to represent Miss Buckler.
What? You do? In that case, I have a favor to ask. Could you get this medicine to her?
Medicine? Looks like a prescription from Hickfield Clinic. I've spent some time at that hospital myself.
We confiscated it from her home when we were doing a search. I can't get away here, so if you could make sure she gets it, that would be great.
Medicine, huh? Does Miss Buckler have some illness?
I think that's the kind of question you'd better ask her. In justice we trust! Now, I need to get back to the investigation.
We can give it to her as soon as they let us talk to her. And we have to return her calendar to her as well. If we can't see Sasha or investigate, we should question people at the aquarium. Huh? That door's open. It was closed yesterday. Well, you know what we have to do, right? Of course, boss. We sneak in and check it out.
Hey, you two. Who barges into a person's lab without permission?
We're sorry. My apologies, sir. She insisted. Don't throw me under the bus, Mr. Wright.
The polite thing to do is knock and ask if you can come in. Now, start over.
Yes, sir.
Come in.
Thank you. Sorry to bother you.
Now, what can I do for you? Medical problems?
Well, yes. I'm not feeling super good at the moment. We're not making any progress on this murder investigation, and...
Hey, miss, where's the patient? Don't you have your pet with you? Oh, wait a minute. That was my last job. This is the aquarium. I was exhausted from all that questioning. I must have fallen asleep.
What's with this guy?
My apologies. I just woke up and I was a little groggy. I'm Dr. Herman Crab. I'm Shipshape Aquarium's resident veterinarian.
Oh, you're the Dr. Crab Mr. Rhymes mentioned yesterday.
And Rhymes also mentioned he hadn't seen Dr. Crab around. I wonder where he was. Son of a gun. This little thing doesn't let me get any sleep.
Beep, 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 beep. Aww, what a cute little thing. Who is it?
A penguin chick, a member of the little penguin species. She lives in my hair.
Oh, you're so lucky. I wish I had a pet to live in my hair.
Athena, no pets allowed in my office.
Aw, you're no fun.
If you two don't have any particular business with me, please leave. I have to get ready to make my rounds. Back in you go, little one.
Wait, we'd like to ask you a few questions to save Miss Buckler.
Hold on. Don't tell me you're the curious bear who defended Orla.
That's right. Please let us ask you a little about the case. Dr. Crab, were you gone from the aquarium yesterday?
That's right. I had some minor business at the Supermarine Aquarium.
Supermarine?
That's a funny name for an aquarium.
The Supermarine Aquarium is the nation's biggest dolphin therapy treatment center. I go there myself. I'm friends with their dolphins.
You and Apollo were talking about animal-assisted therapy yesterday, weren't you? I go to the Supermarine once a month, but I live here, of course.
You live here at the aquarium?
That's right. I have a sleeping bag here, and sometimes I use the nap room. I'm responsible for the health and well-being of all the marine creatures here. If any of them have a sudden medical emergency, I'll be here to help them.
Wow! You're kind of rough around the edges, Dr. Crab, but you care about your work.
Hey, buddy. Is this young lady trying to pick a fight with me?
I apologize for her, sir. She tends to be too honest.
Well, you're no paragon of politeness either, apparently.
Can we see the penguin chick again?
Stop! Don't come any closer!
Beep! Ow!
I'm sorry she attacked you. She doesn't like anyone but me, I'm afraid. I was the first one she saw when she hatched, so she thinks I'm her parent. She targets people from my hair, so please be careful.
She's just like a little sniper, isn't she?
Exactly. That's why I named her Sniper. Her mother's name is Rifle.
Sniper and Rifle, huh? What a dangerous sounding mother and daughter. So this is Rifle's daughter! Which means both mother and daughter now hate me!
Little penguins are generally belligerent little creatures. It's hard to get them to warm up. But they're nocturnal, so you might be able to touch them during the day.
You and Sniper get along well, don't you? Just like Sasha and Orla.
But unlike Sniper and me, the two of them seem to truly understand one another. This one keeps me awake every night. Looks like I won't sleep until she leaves the nest.
It must be rough for him, but it's pretty cute to watch for us. Can you tell me anything about Jack Shipley's murder?
Gah, I still can't believe Jack is gone. He's the one who brought me on board. How could he up and die on me?
Did you and Mr. Shipley get along?
He loved all animals and fish, but I'm not like that. But I still took pride in my work as a vet nonetheless. We got along well enough as business associates. And it's thanks to him my laboratory is what it is today.
It is a pretty amazing laboratory.
Ah, you have discerning taste, I see. I could tell you more about my lab if you'd like.
This place is just filled with electronics. What are those monitors for?
Essentially, they're digital medical records for all the creatures here. I can also view the feed from the visitor's corridor security camera here. That way I can see that silly mother penguin when she tries to escape.
So you were the one who gave the security footage to the police?
No, I wasn't here yesterday, but I did give my permission for them to take it. And I gave them a statement about Jack and Sasha arguing.
Oh, so you were the one who witnessed it?
That's right. It was late in the evening of the 19th, maybe about midnight. I saw them fighting near the aqua tunnel. I don't know what their argument was about, though. Are you sure you should be talking to us about this? I'm not taking sides. I'll give information to anyone who wants it. What you do with that information at Sasha's trial is up to you.
Wow, you're kind of rough around the edges, Dr. Crab, but you're a pretty nice guy.
You are trying to pick a fight, aren't you, young lady?
Aw, isn't that cute? He's easily embarrassed. Beep, 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 beep.
Huh? Son of a gun, are you hungry again already? And that silly mother penguin's nowhere to be found again.
Beep, 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 beep.
Gah! Would you quit peeping in my ear? According to her walkie-talkie, Rifle is somewhere around the aqua tunnel. If you see her, could you bring her to me? I have to go examine some other creatures.
No sweat, and this time I'll get her to like me too.
Rifle has escaped again? What is she, the Houdini of the penguin world? There's no guarantee we'll find her right away, but let's head for the aqua tunnel. Oh, it's you two, the blue and yellow duo. I'm very angry about what you did this morning. Uh-oh, we ran into the sea lion before her penguin. Our penguin. I write the truth, and I will find the truth with my own eyes. I won't be bested by the likes of the blue and yellow duo. When did we become the blue and yellow duo?
Athena will never give up.
In that case, I'll leave the questioning to you, Athena.
Thanks a lot, Widget. Well, at least she's a worthy adversary. Okay, let's do this.
You'll do great. Being the boss isn't half bad. Have you been gathering material about last year's incident ever since? That is correct. An acquaintance of the victim asked me to look into it, you see. An acquaintance of the victim? I refuse to divulge any information about my clients. The aquarium is saying it was an accident, but I don't believe that's the truth. It seems to me they're all hiding something, every last one of them. The only thing I can think is that the killer whale murdered that poor girl.
But you don't even know if that's true or not.
That's enough out of you, yellow girl. As I said, I'm still investigating the matter. Once I learn the truth, I plan to write a sequel to this book. She's completely taken with her investigation. I came to make a report on the anniversary of the previous trainer's death, only to find the aquarium owner murdered. I was deeply shocked. So this incident happened on the exact same date as the last one? It can't be a coincidence. Anyway, we better ask Mr. Plume about today's trial.
So you heard Orla singing and that's when you realized something was happening?
Correct. Oh, it's all so galling. I still can't believe the culprit used me, Norma de Plume. In any case, I swear that killer whale song brings misfortune. First last year, now again.
A fun song like that? How could it bring misfortune to anyone?
You think that barbaric song is fun? I'll never understand the tastes of children. I don't remember that Swashbuckler Spectacular song being all that barbaric. Well, if you don't remember it, I will gladly sing it for you.
A vast mateys, landlubbers ho, hand o'er all your gold. Pillage, plunder, then feast like kings. Them's the joys of pirating.
That's how it goes. Now, what is fun about those lyrics, pray tell? She seemed to be enjoying it well enough.
Wait a minute, that isn't the Swashbuckler Spectacular song. This is the song from the Swashbuckler Spectacular.
Oh, we be pirates, we love to sail the seven seas. Just a bunch of scallywags who are as free can be. We swim through storms and waves, all because you see grand treasure and adventures waiting just for me.
What was that? I've never heard that song before.
What? It's the song they use in the Swashbuckler Spectacular. Oh, we be pirates, we love to sail the seven seas. Just a bunch of scallywags who are as free can be. We swim through storms and waves all because you see grand treasure and adventures waiting just for me.
But that can't be. It's completely different from the song a year ago. A vast mateys, landlubbers ho, hand o'er all your gold. Pillage, plunder, then feast like kings. Them's the joys of pirating. Unless you show me some proof, I won't believe your song is right.
She's so stubborn.
Well, if it's proof she wants, it's proof she'll get of the Swashbuckler Spectacular song. This recording contains the Swashbuckler Spectacular song. In it, you can hear Miss Buckler and Orla singing it together.
We swim through storms and waves all because you see great treasure and adventures waiting just for me.
But I've never heard this song before.
Huh? But they always sing this song during the Swashbuckler Spectacular.
Well, I haven't seen the show recently. A year ago, they used the song that I sang to you. I'd recognize it anywhere. Perhaps that killer whale can sing 2 songs?
According to Miss Buckler, Orla only knows 1 song.
Then, what was that song that I heard?
We wish we knew. The orca sang a song she isn't supposed to know how to sing.
It's obvious I have a lot more investigating to do on Shipshape Aquarium. And perhaps I'd better look into the Center for Dangerous Animal Control as well.
The Center for Dangerous Animal Control? What's that? Can you tell us about this Center for Dangerous Animal Control?
Just as the name implies, it's an organization that monitors dangerous animals. The center demanded that the aquarium put the killer whale down a year ago.
But put her down?
But the aquarium owner refused their demand, saying it was an accidental death. But I hardly think a persistent organization like that would just give up and go away. I'm quite sure the power of money helps convince them.
What makes you think that?
Once a month, the owner and the vet disappear from this aquarium. And I came to find out that each time a large amount of money was being paid out.
Oh, and you think the money was going to the Center for Dangerous Animal Control?
I'm looking into it now. You'll have to wait until my book comes out to see. In any case, I can't catch that man out on anything. But that veterinarian is not to be trusted.
Dr. Herman Crab. There's still so much we don't know about him. Well, I don't see Rifle here. What do you want to do next? I think we'd better stop by the office and discuss a plan of action. Three, 2, 1, ta-da! Wow, you pulled Mr. Nick's cell phone from your magic panties. That's amazing. That's all for Trucy's Magic Show. Come back and see me next time.
Great job, Trucy. You never fail to impress. I have no idea how you did that either.
We're back. Oh, Pearls. Stopping by for a visit?
Hello, Mr. Nick. Are you missing something?
Thanks. From out of the old magic panties, huh?
How's the investigation going, Mr. Wright?
We don't have much time, but we didn't get a chance to check out the crime scene yet.
I see.
Oh, speaking of checking out the crime scene, Daddy, you should bring your forensics kit with you. Fingerprint powder to check for prints, and luminol testing fluid to look for blood. Wow, Trucy, I didn't know you had stuff like that too. I got them from a detective friend of mine.
Mr. Nick, I'd like to help you with your investigation. Can I borrow your forensicing kit?
I feel bad making you work when you're supposed to be here having fun.
I don't mind, and I'd like to see Rifle again too.
If you have anything for me to do, I'd like to help too. Yeah? Thanks. I'll be sure to ask you if anything comes up then. Well, I'll be right here, hanging around, watering Charlie, if you think of anything. I appreciate that, Apollo. I've got some good kids here. All right, team, let's do our best. I have faith we can save Sasha altogether.
It sure feels nice to be part of a great group like this. I just want to say that I really love working here with all of you fabulous people. Thank you for bringing me aboard, boss.
Same here, Athena. She's so earnest, she's making me blush.
Okay, let's all run over to the aquarium. I hope I can be of some use with the forensicing kit.
Hey, wait up, you two! They left without me. In justice we trust! Good timing! We're done with the crime scene for now. And we're just about to examine the show stage. Marlon Rhines helped with the cleaning, so we've got to go talk with him. I thought he'd be more tight-lipped than this, but hey. You're welcome to look around here now, if you'd like. Thank you. I think we'll do just that. Oh, by the way, if you want to examine the bottom of the pool, I recommend using that hoist over by the ladder to get down there. That crane-like thing hanging from the ceiling, right? Got it. Just stand on the ladder platform and the police guard will operate it for you. Thanks. Why couldn't the pool be less deep? Well, good luck to us both. In justice we trust.
Now Detective Fulbright's gone, we can do anything we want here.
The guard is still here, so keep your voice down when you say stuff like that, Athena. Looks like the control panel for that crane apparatus. There sure are a lot of buttons.
When I see this many buttons, I start to get fidgety.
I know what you mean. You start itching to push them, right?
Nah, I start itching to make a psychological study of people who want to push buttons.
Need I remind you that I'm your boss, not your guinea pig?
Yesterday, I asked around about this orca pool room, you know. They said that this hoist is used to move equipment and even Orla herself.
How do they move Orla?
Hehe, I thought you'd ask that. Apparently, they use a stretcher made especially for an orca.
Well, what do you know? Athena looks pleased with herself. Let's use the hoist to go down to the bottom of the pool.
Wow, look at all that treasure. Those jewels and that crown are huge.
They sure are. I guess everything is size large around here.
No, everything is size Orla.
I stand corrected. This must be Orla's bedroom. There's even a sofa and everything.
Orla, congratulations on your not guilty verdict. But we have bad news. Now Sasha's been arrested instead.
Orla seems sad.
I'm sure she is. I can sense the sadness filling her heart. Don't worry, Orla. We'll save Sasha. I think Orla's wishing us good luck.
Orla really seems to understand what we're saying.
She can't understand our words, but I bet she can understand our hearts. Is this a good time to get started, Mr. Nick?
Huh? Started with what?
This is the crime scene, right? So this should be the perfect place to start forensicking.
She wants to use the forensics kit so badly, she's practically beaming. Okay, let's do it. Forensicking it is.
Hooray! Yay! I get to help!
Alright, we'll need these.
What's with the glasses, Mr. Wright?
It's not like they're a fashion statement. We need them to see if there's any blood. Alright, Pearls, you spray the luminol wherever I need it, okay?
Got it, Mr. Nick. I won't miss an inch.
Got your glasses on, everybody? Good. Now, to check out the bottom of the pool.
Look, I see something. If your deductions are correct, boss, I guess this luminol reaction means that the victim hit this skull-shaped rock when he fell to his death.
I guess so.
Oh no! I'm so sorry. I got some on Orla by mistake. Calm down, Pearly. It's okay.
Look, there are luminol reactions on Orla too.
The poor thing was bleeding yesterday. The luminol must be showing her injuries.
But wait a minute. Mr. Plume said the blood disappeared when Orla put on the hat.
Huh? So shouldn't her injuries be under her hat?
If this blood isn't from Orla's injuries, then what could it be? I guess that's about it for inside the pool.
Then let me just get a quick photo to remember the occasion by.
It's not every day we get to see the bottom of an aquarium pool.
Yeah, that's a good shot. I'll mark where the luminol reactions were. Yay, my first collaborative work with Pearly.
Huh? I hear something.
Orla? Boss! Something's wrong with Orla!
What? You're right. She's listless. And she's sinking!
Oh no! Maybe it's because of that luminol I got on her. What do we do, Mr. Nick?
We can't do anything for her ourselves. Let's get Dr. Crab.
I'll run and get him.
What's Orla's condition? She's listless and sinking. Maybe she's unconscious? The pool is drained. Son of a gun. Who did this? She'll drown unless we do something. Here, give me a hand.
Huh? Us?
No, I meant the Steel Samurai. Of course you! Just help me!
What? All right. What do you want us to do?
There's no time to fill the pool to get her up to the top. Get the orca stretcher. It's a piece of black cloth with a skull and crossbones on it. Looks like a pirate flag. When the stretcher is ready, press the hoist button. Okay, we're on it. So this pirate flag is a stretcher for the orca, huh?
We can't use it with all the stuff on it. Let's clear it off.
Hold on, I have a bot to arrest. There we go. Good. Now push the hoist button and lower the stretcher. The control panel is on the wall to your right. Ah! This must be the button to move the hoist. Dr. Crab, the stretcher's ready. Good. Let's get it under Orla. I'll take it from here. Stand back. I have to treat her immediately. There's something in her stomach. There, I got it all out.
Will Orla be all right, Dr. Crab?
Yes, she'll be fine. She's just sleeping now. Orcas are mammals, so they won't die if they're out of the water for a little while. But their own weight puts stress on their organs and their skin starts to dry out. I put some of my special handmade cream on her skin as an emergency measure. Feel better soon, Orla. Oh, if only I hadn't gotten that luminol on her. Luminol? Nah, no problem there. That stuff just washes right off. Orla's condition has nothing to do with you, young lady. Really? Then what is wrong with Orla? I don't need to share that information with you people. It's none of your business. I have to get back to my rounds, so I'll leave the rest to the crew. Please keep an eye on Orla while I rouse up some crew members. Dr. Crab sure is acting funny. He seems to be hiding something. Maybe we should check on Orla's condition before the staff gets here. We should check out the contents of Orla's stomach, I guess. Hey, I see something mixed in with the fish. It looks like a medicine capsule. There's something written on it. I think it says 3 Z's. What would it be doing in Orla's stomach? I wonder what kind of medicine it is? Let's ask Dr. Crab. It might have something to do with Orla's condition. Maybe we'd better not ask. He must have noticed it himself, yet he didn't mention it. I think he's hiding something about Orla's condition. If we show him the capsule, he might try to take it away from us. Yeah, I guess he was acting pretty sketchy. Okay, let's look into it ourselves then. Good idea. When we get back to the office, we can ask Rapallo's help. I guess that wraps up our investigation here. Orla still isn't fully awake yet. Oh, here comes some staff. Looks like they're going to put Orla back into the pool. And I guess they're going to fill the pool back up. I bet that will take a while. Well, I guess we can leave Orla in the staff's capable hands now. Right. So, where to now? Let's head to the show stage next. If we're lucky, the police will be done with the place. So this is where they hold the Swashbuckler Spectacular, huh? Looks like the police are done with their work here. Hey, it's you lawyers! How could you let Sasha get arrested? Didn't I ask you to take care of her? We're sorry we couldn't prevent her from getting arrested. But as her lawyers, we'll do everything we can for her. Sorry I got upset. If there's anything I can do to help Sasha, just say the word. Marlin, you can trust in Mr. Nick. I'm going to do what I can too with this forensicing kit. I'm going to cover this whole area with forensicing. There go, small fry. You can have free reign of this place. I want to check this place out, but I'd better talk to Mr. Rhymes too. I hear you helped Sasha with the cleaning, Mr. Rhymes. Well, not really helped. I was just taking care of the orca here while she cleaned. Sasha felt bad for making Orla stay up so late, so she asked me to give her a snack. It was a little bit less than her ordinary meals, but she seemed satisfied. Oh yeah, and I put Orla on the transport stretcher too. Transport stretcher? See that hoist up there on the right? The stretcher can be suspended from it. This stage show is right next to the orca pool room. And we use the hoist to move the orca or cargo between the two areas. So the rail we saw in the orca pool room runs all the way here, huh? Why? Did you want to take a ride? Aerial investigation, huh? Sounds good to me. No, that's okay. I like my investigations on sweet terra firma. Actually, the hoist can only be operated from the orca pool room. Oh, that's right. I remember seeing the hoist control panel in there. So I'm sorry, but I can't give you a ride without somebody on the other end. No need to be sorry. Whew. Dodge that bullet. If it wasn't Miss Buckler or Orla, who else could have killed Mr. Shipley?
Well, I know Sasha is innocent, but I'm not so sure about the orca.
What? Well, we proved her innocence in court this morning.
But a few days ago, that orca attacked Sasha right here in the show pool. I saw that orca take Sasha's body into her mouth and squeeze her chest.
Her chest? They were probably practicing the lifesaver trick.
But Sasha was being crushed so bad she couldn't even blow the whistle. I wanted to help her right away, but... Look, I hate to admit it, but I froze.
Hi, David.
I'm a weak man. I can't protect anyone.
I doubt there are many people who would pit themselves against an orca.
Everybody tried to talk her out of it, but she wouldn't give up on practicing. When we said Orla could kill her, she said she trusted Orla.
I'm doing my voice acting, which is always fun. Yeah, well, everybody else seems to think Orla is a killer.
How can you trust a creature that can't speak? You can't even know what it's thinking.
But with orcas and dolphins, you can have communication of the heart. We saw this same device in the orca pool room too, huh? Yeah, we used it to lift Orla when she was on the stretcher. In the show, Sasha makes her grand entrance by hanging from this thing. Ooh, we should think of a cool grand entrance for us too. I've always wanted to burst into the middle of somebody else's trial with a loud bang. I've always wanted to crash in through the ceiling. I bet that would really knock the socks off the judge and the gallery. Just what exactly was this girl learning while she was in Europe? This colorful sign, did Miss Buckler make it?
Wow, how'd you know? Yeah, that sign is for the new show. Before she went to clean, she painted it and left it to dry. She told me to keep an eye on it while I was taking care of the orca.
Huh? Isn't that the Skull Rock there on the right? Mr. Rhymes, is the Skull Rock a part of the set for the new show?
Yeah, I guess so.
If they were going to use it in the show, what's it doing in the orca pool? This sign is so eye-catching with all those twinkling stars.
I think they're supposed to be starfish. It's for the pirate show, after all.
A few of them look more like leaves to me.
Sasha put so much effort into making this sign for the new show. No wonder she was mad about what happened.
Huh? I wonder what he's talking about. I'd better ask. You say Miss Buckler was mad. Was it because of the new show?
Me and my big mouth. Okay, but you never heard it from me. There was a rumor that the captain wasn't gonna let Sasha be in the new show.
What? But why not?
I don't know. It was just a rumor. I don't know if it was true.
So Mr. Shipley was going to do the show all by himself? I can't even imagine the show without Miss Buckler. It would be like, where's the beef? Is she trying to say it would be like bones without any meat on them?
Sasha wanted to go back to the old Swashbuckler Spectacular. But now that the captain's gone, who knows what's gonna happen with the show?
This galleon was in the Swashbuckler Spectacular too, wasn't it? Look at that cute figurehead. It looks just like Orla. It is cute, but it looks like it's also a cannon. The enemy lets their guard down and then blam! Very piratey, don't you think? I thought Orla and Sasha were supposed to be the good guys. We should do the same thing in court. Lure him in and then blam! Present evidence! I don't think the judge would appreciate any blamming in his court. This ladder only goes down to the surface of the water. Well, it's not like a public pool. Everybody who gets into this pool knows how to swim. Just like in the courtroom, it's sink or swim in there. A newbie could really get hurt. You know, like last time in court, I could have really gotten injured. I was an inch away from getting attacked by a witness. Yeah, a trial with Apollo can be a pretty dangerous affair. Eek! There's a skeleton adrift! It's just a prop. Were you really scared? A little bit. By your screaming. Is this skeleton an enemy defeated by Orla's pirates? No, he's an informant named the Skeleton Kid. A dashing, spirited character, neither friend nor foe. So you're saying he's alive in the show? Look at this pool, it's huge! So this is where they do the Swashbuckler Spectacular. The show pool is the same depth as the orca pool. They practice the tricks in the orca pool and then do the real show here. Are you interested in the Swashbuckler Spectacular? Oh, of course! I've only seen it on TV, though. Well, I'm new here, so I've never even seen it once. Athena's a big fan. She watches the recording over and over. I love the show and the ocean. Standing here makes me feel like I'm at the beach. Especially with it open to the sky. You can even hear the sound of the surf nearby. Why don't you take a dip in the pool? Really? I can? In that case... What? What are you talking about? You can't swim here. We were just joking. Right. Of course, I was just joking too. Don't tell me she was actually going to do it. Mr. Nick, I found some peculiar fingerprints. Pearls. I almost forgot she's been forensicking for me all this time. Oh, who's that? Prosecutor Blackquill, what are you doing here? Just some business to attend to. Prosecutor Blackquill insisted, so I brought him along to get a little exercise. Is it business with us? No, not you. My business is with that animal keeper there. Marlon Rhymes, you will be a witness for the prosecution tomorrow. You gotta be kidding! Why would I want to testify against Sasha? What you want does not matter. Now, come along. But if I leave, who's gonna feed the orca? The other animal keepers are too scared to go near her now. Maybe I can help? I'm concerned about Orla's health, and this way I can stay close and look after her. I can feed her and do a telecast too if you need me to. I'll do anything to help. Sounds like Pearls wants to do something nice for Orla and make sure she's okay. Small fry, are you tripping? That orca is dangerous, you know? I'll be fine. I'm just happy to help. Oh, but I don't have a TV phone. I won't be able to contact you if I have to do a telecast. Marlon, may I please borrow yours? What? Sure, small fry. Anything for you. Especially when you're going out of your way to help like this. I don't know if I'm going to testify, but I guess I can at least hear what the police have to say. Thanks for your cooperation. Now, justice will be served with a strategy meeting. Come on, Mr. Wright. Let's get back to our investigation. How sad. The police have already investigated all there is to investigate. Your efforts are a waste of time. Nothing we do to try and save our client is a waste of time, Prosecutor Blackquill. Today, the orca. Tomorrow, Sasha Buckler. You intend to save them both? You say you believe in your clients, but isn't money really your true motivation? Why not admit you're only doing this for your own benefit? I could understand that much more readily than your empty, righteous talk. Our own benefit? That's not why we're doing it! Now, Athena, try not to let him get to you. All right, we should be off, Prosecutor Blackquill. In justice we trust! I've never been so insulted. Be right back. I need some water to wash away the anger. Uh-oh, she hit Prosecutor Blackquill with that water. He doesn't seem to care, though. I guess prosecutors these days are more about harsh monochrome than fancy frills.
Oh, wait. What about those peculiar fingerprints you said you found, Pearls?
Hee hee, I'll tell you all about them.
So tell me about this big discovery you made.
Well, I don't know if it's a big discovery, but I found some odd fingerprints on the pool ladder over there.
Okay, so what's so peculiar about them?
Well, they're on the left side of the ladder, but they're right-handed handprints. Wouldn't a person usually hold the left side of a ladder with their left hand? Plus, I think they were made from above by grasping the ladder with the right hand.
Now that you mention it, that is strange. I wonder whose prints they are.
I compared them with the prints on file, and they turned out to be Marlin's.
How did you manage to leave prints in such an awkward position?
So, Mr. Nick, was I helpful?
Yes, you were. Thank you very much, Pearls. I don't know if they're related to the case yet, but I'll keep them in mind.
I bet Detective Fulbright doesn't know about these prints. I imagine their search wasn't as thorough here as it was at the crime scene.
You're probably right. I'm sure they checked everything at the actual crime scene. But I guess they can't do forensics on every inch of the rest of the aquarium.
But we could, thanks to Pearly. And now we have a new piece of information. Oh, you're embarrassing me, Athena. Hey, it's Rifle! We've got to catch her! Don't worry, she's being a good girl right here on my lap.
Well, I'm glad she's been found. I forgot we were looking for her, actually.
Yeah, thanks again to Pearly.
I think somebody's jealous.
Well, I think I'll go talk to the staff about Orla.
All right, good luck, Pearls, and thanks again. Well, I guess we're done with things here. What do you want to do next?
How about if we have Apollo check out our mystery evidence?
Oh, that's right. We haven't done that yet. Good idea. Let's stop by the office. Oh, you're back! How's the investigation going? It's going pretty well, but there are still things we need answers to. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Would you like to help out with the investigation, Apollo? You bet I would! What do you need me to work on? Let's see. Do I actually have anything for him to do? Okay, and it's suddenly crickets.
Oh, I know, boss. Let's have Apollo look at the evidence we collected.
Oh, good idea. You might notice something that will help us win the case. Apollo, there's something I'd like your help with. You have work for me? What is it? Could you have this capsule checked out? I think it's some kind of medicine. Sure thing, Mr. Wright. I'll go to a hospital or something and have somebody take a look. Let's see. I'm pretty sure the closest one is Hickfield Clinic. Good luck, Apollo, and thanks.
I wonder if they'll let us see Sasha now?
It has been quite a while. Let's stop by the detention center and see. We have something to deliver to her, too. Don't forget.
All right, boss. Chin up. We have to lift Sasha's spirits.
I like your enthusiasm.
Ahoy there, me hearties! Thank you for coming! Arr! I be in good spirits, worry not about me!
She's trying to cheer us up. Well, that went over like a lead balloon. I was trying to make up for all your trouble.
Maybe the two of you need to take it easy. I guess they both had the same idea.
We came to let you know that we can take on your defense if you'll have us. What?
Is something wrong? Why is she hiding from us?
Prosecutor Blackquill said that you two would abandoned me. But here you are, to my rescue. That's why I'm so happy.
It sounds like she's crying back there.
Of course we wouldn't abandon you. Sasha, don't cry.
Maybe the two of you need to take it easy. Great, now I've got crying in stereo.
Okay, I'm all right now. Thank you for taking on my case. We're glad to do it.
Well, now that you're smiling again, we have a few questions to ask you. On the night before the murder, did you enter the Orca pool room alone?
That's right. On July 20th from 3 to 6 a.m., I was there cleaning and organizing. The captain and I were actually supposed to clean together starting at 4 a.m., but we got in a fight. I couldn't face him, so I went an hour early and started cleaning. What does the Orca pool room cleaning involve? Well, first we have to move Orla to the show stage pool before we get started.
Mr. Rhymes mentioned he took care of Orla in the show stage pool.
After Orla was moved, I drained the pool and rearranged the equipment and props.
And did the captain ever show up?
4 a.m. came and went, but he never showed. I bet he was mad at me. I wish I'd apologized to him instead of being all prickly and angry like a scorpion fish. I'm glad we could prove Orla's innocence, but we didn't know you would get arrested. As long as Orla is safe, I'm happy. I'm so glad I found you two. You guys are the best. I'm glad you found us too. You're the best, Sasha. I never imagined Orla's tricks would ever be used to commit a crime.
Could you tell us more about the lifesaver trick?
Yeah, sure. There's a little speaker on the captain's clothes and on the training dummies. That speaker can emit sound waves. When a trick command is issued with the whistle, Orla uses the sound waves as a guide to find the person she's supposed to rescue.
I see. Does anybody else know about how that trick works?
The entire crew knows about it. But it takes quite a bit of practice to be able to command the lifesaver trick. It wouldn't be easy to do for anybody who wasn't a trainer.
And that's why they suspected Sasha.
And Orla can only perform one trick per signal. In other words, she can't perform 2 tricks at a time.
Wait, so she can't do the singing trick and the lifesaver trick at the same time? So what was that song Miss DePlume heard?
Oh, Mr. Wright, I just remembered. We have something to return to Sasha.
Oh yeah, you're right. I have it right here in evidence. And we have to give Sasha that item Detective Fulbright gave us too. This is your calendar, isn't it, Sasha?
Huh? No, mine's at the aquarium.
Yeah? Mr. Rhymes said he found this one in the nap room.
Huh. I didn't think anybody else at the aquarium used a calendar like that.
The owner of this calendar had a meeting scheduled with the victim. This mystery person might be the killer. We'd better find the calendar's owner. Detective Fulbright asked us to give you this medicine.
Arr! That bill-sucking blackguard had the spine to send me a gift. Dread pirate no stash, don't stand there gaping like a weak little minnow. Have at ye! Ooh, a real swashbuckling battle. Arr! If it be a fight ye want, a fight ye shall have.
Could you two please not drop into show mode out of the blue?
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I'll take that medicine.
She's acting kind of funny. What is this medicine for, by the way?
Well, I guess I can't keep it a secret from you two. I suffer from a heart condition. A heart condition? Then you'd better get to the hospital right away.
Take it easy, Athena. She's in detention, remember?
Don't worry, it's not as serious as it sounds. They can fix it with surgery. Not serious? A heart condition is a heart condition. Don't tell us not to worry. Yeah, I'm sorry. The captain was just as mad at me the day before yesterday. We both got so worked up at one point, it was like a shark eats shark situation. Whew, that sounds scary. Do you mind if I ask more about that fight? Why were you arguing with Mr. Shipley? The captain knew about my heart condition and he was worried about me. So he said he wouldn't put me in the new show. See, I'm not in the new flyer. Oh, you're right. It's just Orla and the new adversary, Red Stash. I was so upset and frustrated. I was still crying when I went to do the cleaning. And I cried for quite a while before I drained the pool, too. But then, you know what? Orla did a trick to try and cheer me up. She acted out the scene where she defeats the giant octopus by spiking a ball at it. She spiked that ball so hard she even ended up breaking off one of the octopus's legs. What a dramatic way to cheer up a friend. So that's why we argued, because he wasn't going to put me in the new show. But I was determined to be in the show yesterday. It was July 20th, you see, the anniversary of the death of the trainer before me. Azura Summers. The person Norma DePlume wrote about in her book. I wanted to explain to the audience that it was an accident, not murder. That's why I needed it to be in that show so bad. So during the cleaning, I moved the skull rock to the orca pool. What? But why? It was a key prop. I figured the new show couldn't go on without it. I thought they'd be forced to switch back to the old show. Wow, that was pretty extreme. So Sasha moved the skull rock to the orca pool at the time of the cleaning. And if there's blood on that rock, then that must mean that the victim's death occurred after the rock was moved. Around what time did you finish up the cleaning? It was about 6 a.m. So that places suspicion on whoever met with the victim after 6 a.m. So Azura Summers was the trainer before you? That's right, she was a year older than me. She taught me all about how to command Orla. I bet Azura and Sasha were like sisters to one another. She was the one who taught me the signals for the singing and lifesaver tricks too. After she died, I swore on this charm. I vowed to become a great trainer someday, just like Azura. Ad break. Alright, what is that charm? It's a keepsake to remember Azura by. She always wore it. She told me once that she and her boyfriend had matching charms. I never found out who he was, so I couldn't give this one to him. I've had it ever since. You're keeping the memory of Miss Summers alive. The captain always carried around a memento of Azura too, her walkie-talkie. Huh? Did the victim have a walkie-talkie on him? Maybe I should show Sasha the victim's photos and see what she has to say. The victim didn't appear to have a walkie-talkie with him at the time of his death. Huh? But I talked to the captain on his walkie-talkie before I started the cleaning. But there's no walkie-talkie shown in these crime scene photos. I don't understand it. The captain always kept that walkie-talkie with him. Maybe the culprit took it away? Maybe. But what would be the point of that? I better organize the data I have on the victim in the court record. The captain always kept that walkie-talkie by his side. It was the walkie-talkie Azura used right up until her death. In the middle of the show, the orca brought Azura up to the surface in her mouth. She left tooth marks in Azura's walkie-talkie. The captain said he always kept that walkie-talkie with him so he'd never forget. So the walkie-talkie was really important to the victim. But now the captain is dead too. I'm the only one left who can protect Orla from the ship's doctor. Protect Orla from the ship's doctor? I wonder what Sasha means. What did you mean by protect Orla from the ship's doctor? You know, Herman Crab. Ever since the accident a year ago, he's been completely different. When Azura died, he said he was going to euthanize the orca. Before that, he always used to say that euthanizing animals was a despicable act. Euthanize the orca? That's horrible. They all thought that Azura's death was the orca's fault. Nobody believed in her but me. The ship's doctor always keeps poison to euthanize the orca with on hand. And if Orla had been pronounced guilty in yesterday's trial, he would have used it. He was going to put her down right away? That ship's doctor was close with both the captain and Azura, you know. I think he hates Orla. I guess we better look into Dr. Crab a little more. Boss, let's go see Dr. Crab. I was just thinking the same thing. We have a lot of questions to ask him. Oh, it's Pearls. And Rifle. What are you doing here? Rifle came in here, so I followed her. Oh, that's right. We were supposed to deliver Rifle to him. I completely forgot. Oh, Rifle! Gah! What are you doing? Stop that! You silly mother penguin! What have you injured my spectacular genius brain? Dr. Crab? Are you alright? Huh? Oh, it's you people. I see you brought Rifle for me. Rifle was really laying into you. Well, she hates me because she thinks I took her baby away from her. Beep! Gee, Rifle looks so happy. Is she actually playing with Sniper? Ah! Stop all this cacophony! The biological parent and the caregiver parent locked in a struggle over the child. Do you think you could hold this silly mother penguin down for me? Alright, I will try. What are you doing? I think Rifle just threw something up. Oh, I'm getting food for Sniper out of Rifle. Mother penguins stock up food for their babies in their stomachs. They break it down in there so that it's easier for the baby to eat. Wow, you sure know a lot about animals. You're trying to pick a fight with me again, aren't you, young lady? Yes, I know a lot about animals. I'm a licensed veterinarian. Rifle certainly is in a bad mood, even for her. Is Rifle okay? Hold on, I'm checking her now. Girl in the strange outfit. Could you turn Rifle over on her back, please? Alright, Rifle, I'm just going to turn you over, okay? What's this? The bottom of her feet are pink. Oh no! What kind of sickness is that? We have to get her to a doctor! Athena, get a hold of yourself. Dr. Crab is a veterinarian, remember? It's just something she stepped in by the looks of it. It's her stomach that's the problem. There's still something in there. Here we go. Looks like she swallowed something odd. I know this penguin will eat anything, but where did she pick up something like this? Son of a gun. I'll have to talk to Marlin about her care. Dr. Crab, may we see what was in Rifle's stomach? Huh? Please be quiet. I'm busy right now. busy, but you're just staring at that weird machine.
I'm checking to see when Rifle ingested the foreign object.
He just keeps looking at that machine. He won't even glance our way.
Now I'm really curious to know more about his monitoring system.
Could you tell us about the monitoring system you have here?
It's a collection of electronic medical records for all the creatures here. With this system and the camera footage, I can monitor the creatures 24/7. I won't tell you any more than that. It's private company business.
But medical records are usually just a history of past medical exams and data. I never heard of any that could monitor 24/7.
Good point, Mr. Lawyer.
I can see there's no fooling you. But why would you want to fool me?
This guy's going to be a tough nut to crack. I have my reasons.
Huh? This looks like the charm Sasha had. Dr. Crab, do you know anything about this charm?
Charm? Hey, leave that alone! That belonged to Azura! What was Azura's charm doing in Rifle's stomach?
That's odd. When Sasha was telling us about the charm earlier, Sasha said that she had Azura's charm. But that charm is still at the detention center. Hey, wait a minute. Didn't Sasha say Azura and her boyfriend had matching charms? So this second charm must be the one that belongs to Azura's boyfriend. Dr. Crab, is it possible this charm belongs to Azura's boyfriend?
I refuse to talk about such personal details of the deceased. Subject closed.
All right. He sure is touchy when it comes to Azura. Azura Summers. Yesterday was the anniversary of her death, wasn't it?
That's right. She was killed by the orca.
Do you really think Orla killed her? I don't believe it.
Who could say if the orca did it on purpose? But the fact remains that she killed Azura. I was right there the day of her death a year ago. I saw the orca bite Azura with my own eyes.
But is that really the whole truth of what happened? I guess only Orla knows what really happened, both a year ago and this time.
Take that!
I want you to tell me about the monitoring system here.
You don't let up either, do you, Mr. Lawyer? They're just electronic medical records and feeds from security cameras. With these, I can monitor all of the animals 24/7.
And I say that's not true. I have proof that you can't monitor the animals 24/7 with this system.
Take that!
The security camera doesn't begin recording until 10 a.m. If that's the case, how could you possibly monitor the animals 24/7?
Okay, you got me. I guess that was a pretty weak explanation. You're right. I guess I can't monitor the animals 24/7. But if I see anything unusual on the camera feeds, I can spring to action right away. And if I can examine an animal, I can usually tell exactly what is going on with them.
Wow, he's really confident in his abilities. But I still say you can't do that 24/7.
But I'm here at the aquarium most of the time. And I can go anywhere at any time to examine an animal.
Anywhere? I say that's not true either. I have proof that there's a place you can't go.
Take that!
The only people who have access to the orca pool room are the owner and Sasha. So how can you say you monitor all of the animals?
Son of a gun! So you knew about the security card, did you? Yes, tighter security was imposed on the orca a year ago as a precaution.
Due to Sasha's objections, I wasn't allowed to have a card. I guess she was trying to protect Orla from him. So you're monitoring the animals with a system that's private company business. But I have to insist you tell me about this monitoring system. Now you're trying to pick a fight with me? Very well, I suppose it's only fitting that the spoils go to the victor. And I'll tell you about Shipshape Aquarium's ecological data organization system. So what does that machine you were using do? It's a system of ecological data organization developed in Europe. I call it the Torpedo. What do you think? Pretty impressive name, isn't it?
Torpedo? As in man the battle stations and all that?
No, it's the name I gave to this data organization system. Torpedo. It stands for Tele-Observation Real-Time Pertinent Data Organizer.
Okay.
But is it super admin restricted desktop access password protected? Sparta. The torpedo collects data through sensors placed on or near the subjects. Temperature, heartbeat, vocalizations, etc. and gathers this information 24 hours a day. All of this data is then sent to my terminal and these monitors.
Wow, this torpedo sure sounds amazing. Does Rifle have a sensor on her too?
Yes, she does. Where and what kind of sensor is attached depends on the animal. The penguins have theirs attached to the ID tag at the base of their flipper. The torpedo doesn't tell me where Rifle is when she escapes, though. It's hard to attach sensors to the orca or fish, so theirs are on the tanks themselves. Places where the creatures don't normally live, like the show stage, don't have sensors. Okay, here we go. It's telling me the time Rifle swallowed the foreign object. Approximately 4 a.m. on July the 20th. What an odd time.
That was when Sasha was doing the cleaning. Maybe that's why she wouldn't take my fish, because she was full from the night before. But at least Orla ate it, so that's okay.
Orla ate another animal's food? That's odd. She's never done that before. And then she had that episode too. I'd better take a look at her data. Huh? She didn't eat anything from the evening of the 19th to yesterday afternoon.
So Rifle had a late night snack, but Orla went hungry, huh?
It appears so. But let's see. She's been eating normally since yesterday afternoon. Come to think of it, Jack was supposed to feed Orla yesterday morning. Maybe he died before he had the chance.
I'm worried about Orla's condition. I better remember this torpedo data. I still wonder why he wouldn't tell me about the torpedo. Dr. Crab, why did you want to hide the existence of the torpedo system?
Well, it's a safe system that has been approved for use in other countries. But it hasn't been legally approved in this country yet. That's why I always carry this terminal around with me. It's not something I want the police poking their nose into.
You mean you're breaking the law?
Which is why I was keeping it a secret. It would create a problem for the aquarium. I had Jack's permission. He felt the animal's care was more important than legality. But we wanted to shield the rest of the staff, so we kept it a secret.
But breaking the law is breaking the law!
But, in some cases, lives can be saved by breaking the law. Do we simply allow the lives of our animals to be lost while we wait for laws to change?
Now you're twisting things around.
I'd like to use this evidence during the trial tomorrow, but it may result in you and Shipshape Aquarium being brought up on charges. Well, I followed my own convictions, and I have no regrets. You're only doing your job. I can't blame you for that, Mr. Lawyer.
I appreciate that.
What's that sound? Another penguin? That's my ringtone.
Gee, Dr. Crab sure likes cute things.
Maybe he wanted it to sound like Sniper? Hello, Crab speaking. Son of a gun! You people again? Stop harassing this aquarium! Orla was found not guilty. Why on earth would she be put down? Huh? Come there on the 26th and explain? Fine. Just let me write it down in my... Son of a gun! Where did my calendar go? His calendar? Could he be talking about that calendar? I realize that. If it comes to that, I'll use that drug to euthanize her. Mr. Wright! He said euthanize her! We better ask him more about this. And I should try presenting that calendar to him, too. Dr. Crab, isn't this your calendar? Yes, it's mine. What are you doing with it? Mr. Rhymes found it in the nap room. Oh, I must have forgotten it there when I tried to get some rest. It sure is a cute calendar. I guess you're crazy about penguins. Somebody gave it to me, okay? Now please don't tell anybody about it. It's embarrassing. Azura designed this calendar. This one here is a prototype. She designed a calendar for this year, and then she died before it went on sale. Were you and Miss Summers romantically involved? What? What gave you that idea? It's just that I sensed sadness in your heart when you talked about the calendar. Of course we weren't romantically involved. I don't believe in romantic feelings. You look shaken, though. By the way, did you meet Mr. Shipley at 7 a.m. on July 20th as scheduled? No. We were supposed to meet, but Jack didn't show up. Is that really true? Sasha finished cleaning the orca pool room at 6 a.m. If Dr. Crab managed to get in the pool room somehow and meet with the victim, then he would have had the opportunity to kill Mr. Shipley. Who was that phone call from? Son of a gun. You heard that? Who didn't hear that? It was the Center for Dangerous Animal Control calling with a demand. They said that the orca may have been found not guilty this time, but that if she ever attacked a human again, we would have to put her down. Put her down? But that's horrible! Did you agree to their demand? Animals sometimes do attack humans. And of course, humans sometimes do kill animals to protect themselves. If it comes to that, yes, as a veterinarian, I am prepared to carry out euthanization. Using this poison. Huh? That capsule! It has the same letters on it as the one that was in Orla's stomach. Did Dr. Crab try to kill Orla? Please let me ask you one more question, Dr. Crab. What is it, Mr. Lawyer? You look so grave. I heard something disturbing from the writer Norma de Plume. The center demanded that the aquarium put the killer whale down a year ago. But put her down? But the aquarium owner refused their demand, saying it was an accidental death. But I hardly think a persistent organization like that would just give up and go away. I'm quite sure the power of money helped convince them. What makes you think that? Once a month, the owner and the vet disappear from this aquarium. And I came to find out that, each time, a large amount of money was being paid out. I think Shipshape Aquarium might be keeping some kind of secret. And that it has something to do with the recent murder. Five Psyche Locks? That writer. She just has to stick her nose in everyone's business. Son of a gun. I should have dealt with it all more carefully. How am I ever going to remove all those locks? Huh? Sorry to interrupt, but Prosecutor Blackquill wants Dr. Crab. Detective Fulbright. You again! You couldn't possibly have any more questions for me. Well, you see, we're having a little problem. We were going to call the animal keeper as a witness for the prosecution, but he's being very stubborn and refusing to testify. And so we thought we'd ask you to be a witness in tomorrow's trial. Did you really now? Well, I'm not taking sides. I'll tell what I know, no more, no less. That would be fine. Now, if you would please come along with me. Well, looks like we'll have to continue our talk at the trial tomorrow. I don't know what secret you in this aquarium are hiding, but I'll uncover it if it'll help save Miss Buckler. Give it your best shot, then. I'll see you tomorrow. Well, it looks like we'll be going up against Dr. Crab in tomorrow's trial. I bet he'll be one tough customer. Okay, we better get our evidence organized for tomorrow. I'll have Athena hold on to the evidence I don't think I'll need in court. Hello? Mr. Wright, I went to Hickfield Clinic. Apollo, use your indoor voice. Sorry about that. Anyway, I found out a lot, so I want to tell you right away. It turns out that mysterious capsule is a powerful sleeping drug. Apparently, the brand name is 3Z's. Okay, yeah, it says 3Z's right on it. And they said the Ship-Shape Aquarium vet recently bought a large quantity from them. The vet? Dr. Herman Crab. 3Z's is supposed to be for people, but Dr. Crab told them it would work on other mammals like orcas and dolphins too. So Dr. Crab's euthanization poison was actually sleeping pills? When Orla almost drowned today, was it because she'd been given sleeping pills? And I found out more than just about that capsule. Dr. Hickfield himself gave me some information. Ship-Shape Aquarium had someone on their staff named Azura Summers, right? Yeah, the one who died a year ago. Well, Azura Summers was getting a certain medication from Hickfield Clinic last year. The same heart medication as Sasha Buckler. Really? Azura Summers had the same heart condition as Sasha? Nice work, Apollo. Thank you. We'll be coming back to the office soon. Okay, Trucy and I will be here. Well, we better get back to the office and get ready for tomorrow. What are you going to do, Pearls? I thought I'd stay overnight here and be with Orla and Rifle. I'll be ready for a telecast during the trial tomorrow. Good luck to both of you. Thanks, Pearly. That way, when we prove Sasha innocent, we can see Orla right away. I'd love to see Sasha and Orla back together again, both free and clear. But before that can happen, I have to prove Sasha's innocence. What? The ship's doctor and Azura romantically involved? Well, that's my theory, but I don't actually know if it's really true. Azura would never get involved with that god-awful ship's doctor. But I do admit, they were friends. But would Azura send Dr. Crab videos, I wonder? Videos? What do you mean? Azura used to send her boyfriend videos of herself teaching the orca tricks. I used to help Azura take the videos on her TV phone. This is an interesting bit of information. So TV phones can shoot videos too, huh? My dumb phone sure can't. These TV phones are amazing. They can even record sounds you and I can't hear. All the equipment we use at Ship-Shape Aquarium is high-tech. The ship's doctor sends away for all kinds of electronics. So all the high-tech stuff is Dr. Crab's doing, huh? Anyway, I still highly trout Azura's boyfriend was the ship's doctor. But Dr. Crab found a charm yesterday, and he was really shaken by it. Charm? Hey, leave that alone! That belonged to Azura! What was Azura's charm doing in Rifle's stomach? That charm looked just like your keepsake of Azura. Yeah, well, she did say she and her boyfriend had matching charms. Were the ship's doctor and Azura really a couple? I can't believe it. I think Dr. Crab will be called as a witness today. There are still so many unanswered questions. But I hope to solve them all in today's trial. I believe in you two. I know you can do it. And we will, Sasha. We promise.
Court is now in session for the trial of Sasha Buckler.
The defense is ready. Ah! Ready. Now I'm completely thrown off.
Very good. It appears both the prosecution and the defense are ready. Yesterday it was proven that the orca was not guilty and that the victim fell to his death. Prosecutor Blackquill, did your investigation of the orca pool area turn up anything?
It did. We found a blood stain from the victim at the bottom of the pool. On this.
Oh my, what a frightening looking rock! And you say it has a blood stain on it? Just looking at it gives me the willies. So, can we assume that there was no water in the pool at the time of the incident?
Very good. What a clever little deduction.
Ho ho, well, it's nice to get a compliment from the prosecution for a change.
Prosecutor Blackquill has completely tamed the judge with his carrot and stick approach. I guess I should have brought a few carrots of my own. Right, moving along, I have prepared a witness. Buckler was the only one who entered that room when there was no water in the pool. The witness will prove that. Come to the stand, witness. Name and occupation. Dr. Herman Crep. Beep! Sniper, stay in there!
And who is that cute little creature?
Such a restless bird, quite unlike Taka. Wow, chalk one up for Taka. He shut Sniper up with a single sound. Son of a gun. Dr. Herman Crab, Shipshape Aquarium's veterinarian.
And could you tell us the name of your cute little friend there as well?
Your Honor, please focus on the case.
But it's important to learn all we can about the witness.
This is Sniper.
Beep, beep, beep. Beep, 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 beep.
She's the offspring of a penguin named Rifle. Sniper lives in my hair. She might cause a commotion now and then, but please try to ignore her. I was originally going to call the animal keeper to the stand, but he refused to testify, so I settled on the veterinarian. Now tell us, why was the defendant in the orca pool room when the water was drained? In the early morning hours of July 20th, Sasha was cleaning the orca pool room. Sasha and Jack Shipley, the owner, were scheduled to do the cleaning together. During cleaning, the pool water is drained. While the cleaning was going on, Marlin was taking care of the orca in the show pool. The pool water would never be drained unless the pool was being cleaned.
And your claim is that the victim was made to fall to his death during the cleaning?
Only Buckler and the owner have the security card necessary to enter the orca pool room. And we already know from the security company's record of card usage that the defendant was in the orca pool room during the time of cleaning. The witness's testimony and the record of security card usage are conclusive evidence.
So no one besides the defendant was at the scene and the water in the pool was drained.
Uh-oh. The judge already seems to be leaning toward the other side. We have to strike fast! Your Honor, we're ready for our cross-examination now.
Oh, yes, of course. Please proceed then.
The power of youth comes in handy at times like these.
Hold it!
There's no possibility it would be drained at any time other than during cleaning? None. Shut down with a single word. Why are you so certain? Think about it. If the pool water were drained, what would happen to the orca? The poor thing! Whose side are you on, Athena? Exactly, young lady. Without water, Orla would be alright for a short period of time. But anything longer than that would pose serious risks. She could even die. So the fact that Orla is alive and well is proof the water wasn't drained on her? That's right. The orca pool and the show stage pool are next door to each other. A hoist runs between the two to move the orca and equipment back and forth. When intensive cleaning is done, the orca is moved to the show stage pool first. So the water is only drained while the pool is being cleaned. Please add that information to your testimony. If there were no water in the pool, the orca could die.
Objection!
If the water in the pool is drained, you say the orca could die? But is that necessarily true? What are you talking about? There is a way to let the water out without harming the orca, isn't there? Your Honor, please allow me to submit this photograph. Oh, this is... As you can see, there is no water around the Skull Rock area. With the pool in this state, the victim could have been made to fall to his death. However, there is water on the other side of the partition. And Orla looks just fine. Son of a gun. In other words, if the partition is set up at the bottom of the pool, the water can be drained without doing Orla any harm. Are you implying the water could have been drained at a time other than during cleaning? Yes, there is that possibility. Dr. Crab is shaking. Looks like he has something to hide. Could it have something to do with the calendar note about meeting with the victim? It might. I'll submit it to the judge. Your Honor, please take a look at this calendar. Oh, you waved that around in court yesterday. No need to drag out your souvenir today. Actually, I would like you to make note of the entry for the day of the incident. Let me see here. Meets the captain at the orca pool room at 7 a.m. This note is about a meeting planned with the victim. What? The defense would like to argue that at the time of that meeting, the pool may have been drained of its water.
Whose calendar is that?
It belongs to Dr. Herman Crab. Isn't that right, Dr. Crab? Son of a gun! So you suspect me, do you?
What is the meaning of this calendar entry, Dr. Crab? Explain yourself!
Fine, I was supposed to meet Jack at the orca pool at that time. But I ended up not going. So you're saying you simply broke your promise? You can't get out of it that easily. I believe you have some explaining to do.
Objection!
Your blade is sharper than I thought, right, Dono? But your cut was shallow, a mere surface scratch. There's a saying amongst prisoners. Do not see, hear, nor speak to smooth-talking lawyers. If you think the witness is suspicious, show your proof. The calendar alone isn't good enough, huh? I have to prove the victim could have fallen to his death at that 7 a.m. meeting time. Let's put our heads together, boss. The victim could have fallen during cleaning when the pool was completely drained. Or, using the partition, it could have been at 7 a.m. with the water partially drained. What would be the major difference in circumstances between these two possibilities? What circumstance was different? The answer could really tell us something. What circumstance was different between the two possibilities of cleaning and 7 a.m.? If the murder occurred at a time other than during cleaning, the orca must have been there. Oh, you're right! And that would mean that Orla witnessed the murder! The murder! What's this? You're sheathing your sword so soon? Stop yammering to each other and show me how you wield your sword! Alright then, my sword is poised and ready. If the murder was committed at a time other than during cleaning time, then Orla must have been present at the scene. If I can prove that the murder happened right in front of Orla, then I can prove that Miss Buckler is not guilty. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Wright, are you implying that the orca was a witness to the crime? That is exactly what I'm implying. And? How do you intend to prove the orca witnessed the murder? What are you going to do? Put the orca on the stand and cross-examine her? This is a critical point. I'd better think about it carefully. The defense will... The defense will present evidence that will prove Orla witnessed the murder. You're going to present evidence? Knowing the defense, I thought surely you would try to cross-examine the orca. I must say, I'm a little disappointed. Gee, sorry to get your hopes up, Your Honor. Very well, let's see this evidence then. What evidence shows that the murder took place right in front of the orca? This photo indicates where we discovered luminol reactions yesterday. By accident, we got some of the luminol testing fluid on Orla. We were then very surprised to see luminol reactions on Orla's body.
Objection!
So what of it? There's nothing odd about that. As was discussed in yesterday's trial, the orca was bleeding. Traces of the orca's blood were also found on the skull rock. The orca must have injured herself when she rammed the rock. So that cloud of blood Mr. Plume saw was from Orla headbutting the skull rock, was it? Those luminol reactions you saw on the orca are most likely from her headbutting.
Objection!
But what's odd is the position of those bloodstains. Please take a good look at the photograph. Yesterday, Mr. Plume said the blood disappeared when Orla put on the hat. That testimony indicated that Orla's injuries were under the hat area. However, these luminol reactions are in two entirely separate areas from her injuries. These bloodstains can't be Orla's own blood from when she was headbutting. Then where did the blood come from? It's my firm belief that it's the victim's blood. The victim was killed right in front of Orla. And the victim's blood splattered onto Orla's body. Gah! Now it finally all makes sense. Orla was a witness to the murder, so that's why. Orla? Boss! Something's wrong with Orla! What? You're right. She's listless, and she's sinking. There's one more fact that indicates Orla was a witness to the murder. There's more? The culprit was afraid Orla could somehow reveal what she witnessed. And that's why they did what they did. It's the only thing that makes sense. I have to present that evidence. That evidence that proves the culprit thought Orla was a dangerous witness.
Take that!
The defense would like to submit this evidence.
What's this? It looks like some sort of medicine.
It's a sleeping drug, Your Honor. A very powerful one. This sleeping drug was discovered in Orla's stomach yesterday. The culprit tried to drown Orla by putting her into a deep sleep.
Tried to drown the orca? But why?
Right, Dono. Are you trying to tell this court that the perpetrator tried to kill the orca off to prevent a witness from talking? Do you really expect to defeat me with that feeble attack? My sword has been drawn. I'm not about to sheath my evidence now. Orcas have an enormous potential for intelligence. The possibility that Orla could somehow manage to reveal the truth can't be denied. The culprit believed in this possibility, and that's why they tried to poison her. Dr. Herman Crab, you purchased the sleeping drug, didn't you?
What? Does this mean the veterinarian tried to do away with the orca?
Who but a veterinarian would know better how to disguise an orca's death? He could even prevent the police from examining Orla's body. Why, you... Are you actually accusing me of trying to murder the orca? How dare you! How dare you slander the noble profession of veterinarian!
My goodness, one could cut the tension in this courtroom with a knife.
Yes, I admit to purchasing that sleeping drug. However, it was subsequently stolen from my lab. That's such a flimsy excuse. It's the truth. What else can I say? Any one of the crew members could have entered my lab. I guess that weakens my evidence quite a bit. Besides, think about it for a minute. Who was it that treated Orla after she swallowed the drug? It was I. But as I recall, it took you quite a while to give that treatment. You didn't even come on your own. We had to go get you. Son of a gun. You just remember all sorts of little details, don't you, Mr. Lawyer? The orca pool and the lab are far apart. It's little wonder he didn't know Orla's condition.
Objection!
Didn't know? That's highly doubtful. As far apart as they were, Dr. Crab still had a way to know all about Orla's condition. The defense would like to submit evidence that the witness knew about Orla's condition.
Take that!
The torpedo. Gah, you just had to bring that up, didn't you? With this advanced data system, surely you would have known Orla's condition.
Objection!
Wait just 1 minute. What is this torpedo?
Dr. Crab, how dare you bring a weapon of mass destruction into my courtroom?
The torpedo, or Tele-Observation Real-Time Pertinent Data Organizer, is a data system. Until yesterday, only Dr. Crab and Mr. Shipley knew about the torpedo. It isn't legally approved in this country, so it was kept secret from the police.
It's illegal! Dr. Crab, I demand an explanation!
Son of a gun! You and your big mouth, Mr. Lawyer. Yes, it's true. I'm using an illegal system to monitor the creatures at the aquarium. The system uses sensors like these, and yes, there's one in the orca pool too. These sensors send sound waves through the water to gather data on the creatures. If it finds abnormalities in their condition, the torpedo alerts me with a sound.
Oh my goodness, how very high-tech. But if it's illegal, I will not turn a blind eye. This matter will be appropriately dealt with at a separate time. Now then, Mr. Wright, please continue.
With the torpedo, I'm sure Dr. Crab noticed the danger Orla was in. But he made no attempt to come to her aid on his own. And the reason for that is that Dr. Crab wanted Orla dead. The torpedo didn't give me a warning message. That's why I didn't know there was anything wrong with Orla. The sensor in the orca pool wasn't working during the police's investigation.
Objection!
Can you prove that statement?
Objection!
What's with him? I guess this is all so high-tech for Prosecutor Blackwell that it's making him a little funny. Funny? Yes, I find this all very funny. Witness, those sensors send sound waves through the water, correct? But what if there isn't any water? Then they wouldn't work. They would automatically switch off. I see. And where is the sensor in the orca pool located? I don't know. Jack is the one who attached it for me. You don't know? Then I will tell you. The police found a sensor just like the one you just showed us. They found it attached to the table at the bottom of the pool. Table? Do you mean the table in this photograph? That's right. Don't you get it yet, right, Dunno? The table is on the Skull Rock side of the partition. It's affixed to the bottom of the pool and can't be moved. Oh, and so if the water was drained from the Skull Rock side of the pool? Precisely. Without water, the torpedo sensor would not work. Witness, when did that sensor automatically switch off? Hang on, I'll look it up. The only times lately were during cleaning 2 days ago and the investigation yesterday. Of course, I knew the pool would be drained while they cleaned it. But I had no idea they drained it for the investigation. No one let me know. That's why I didn't know about Orla's condition yesterday. So Dr. Crab really did want to save Orla. Did you hear that right, Dunno? Yes, the water can be drained without harm to the orca if the partition is used. But if the water is drained from the Skull Rock side, the sensor turns itself off. If the sensor was always on except for during the cleaning and the investigation, it means there must have been water in the pool at all other times. It was never drained. In other words, no one but the defendant could have committed the crime. Ah! Order! Order in the court! This completely shatters the defense's argument. But... The fact still remains that Orla was nearly killed with Dr. Crab's sleeping drug.
Objection!
But aren't you forgetting one important question? When was the sleeping drug given to the orca? You're right. That hasn't been discussed yet, has it? The orca pool is the scene of the murder. The police were there all day yesterday. The only way to give the drug to the orca undetected is to put it in her food. Yesterday, someone gave the orca food during the trial. Someone did? I'm afraid I don't remember that. You don't remember? You're not that old yet, are you? It was the defendant, Sasha Buckler. Ah! So that is the orca that stands accused, is it? Aw, she's waving her flipper at us. Maybe she's cheering us on? Orla, wish Phoenix and Athena luck. So your argument is that Miss Buckler is the one who gave the orca the drug? The prosecution's argument hasn't changed. Buckler made the victim fall to his death and then manipulated the orca to pin it on her. Still not satisfied, she further planned to kill the orca with the sleeping drug. I didn't hear any reports of Dr. Crab feeding Orla. Maybe he didn't have a hand in Orla's attempted murder after all. But is there anybody else who could have fed Orla besides Sasha?
If it's true the defendant is the one who fed the sleeping drug to the orca, then that places even more suspicion on her than ever.
Objection!
The defense objects to the prosecution's claims. Well, you still haven't admitted defeat. Prosecutor Blackquill, I don't appreciate the way you only mention the parts that are convenient for you.
What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright?
The prosecutor failed to mention that Miss Buckler wasn't the only one to feed Orla. As you will all recall, there was another person who gave Orla food. Oh, you mean that person? Looks like Athena remembers now too. Congrats, Sasha. Time to celebrate. Go on, eat up. Oh, Mr. Wright, no. I don't want to believe it either, but we can't ignore the truth. The other person who fed Orla during the trial was...
Take that!
Please recall when Orla was found not guilty yesterday. Marlon Rhymes gave the orca a large quantity of food. If the sleeping drug was mixed in with that food, it could be given to the orca without arousing police suspicion.
Now that you mention it, I do remember that flip-flopper feeding the orca.
Objection!
So you remembered, did you? I see the time for a true sword fight has come. I call Marlon Rhymes to the stand. Mr. Lawyer, both Miss Orca Lover and Marlon Rhymes are important members of our crew. I don't want to suspect either of them, but I'm ready to accept whatever truth you find. Here, take this. That charm. It's the charm that matches the one Azura Summers had, isn't it? So you and Miss Summers were romantically involved, weren't you, Dr. Crab? What? No, of course not. Sorry to disappoint you, but this doesn't belong to me. At the time, I thought it was Azura's, so I grabbed it. But it wasn't hers. Now it's up to you, Mr. Lawyer, to figure out whose charm it is. I will. Thank you, Dr. Crab. After all, I'm interested in the outcome of this trial, too.
Now then, please summon Marlon Rhymes to the witness stand.
Well, what's going on? What's everybody making that face for? I haven't been watching the trial and nobody's told me anything.
Marlon Rhymes, you are under suspicion for the attempted murder of the orca.
I see. Well, if it's already out... Mr. Rhymes? Is he really going to admit it? Fine, I'll tell the truth. Sasha is lying to protect that orca. At 3:30 a.m. on the 20th, there was still water in the orca pool. The incident happened before the orca was moved to the show pool. Orla killed the captain by bashing him 30 feet high and making him slam into the water. So I thought the orca should pay the consequences.
Now we're back to the orca again?
I did not see that testimony coming. Now wait just 1 minute. Yesterday Orla was proven innocent. Besides, you said Orla was in the show pool during the cleaning. I didn't want to sell Sasha out. That's why I didn't tell the truth. But the fact is, all three of us, the captain, Sasha, and me, were cleaning the pool room. But Dr. Crab and Miss Buckler both said you were at the show stage. Well, the only thing Dr. Crab knew about the cleaning was what I told him. I didn't give him a whole lot of details either. Maybe he misunderstood. And Sasha is lying to protect the orca. She can't tell the truth. Sasha put blood on the skull rock herself to make a fake blood stain. I think it's pretty brave of her to let herself get arrested to protect the orca. Mr. Rhymes, how can you lie like that? It's the truth. Besides, wouldn't it be better for you if I wasn't lying? If the orca did it, you win your case. What?
This is all very hard to believe. But if Mr. Rhymes' story is true, Miss Buckler would be innocent and the orca would be the killer.
Meaning, if we turned our backs on Orla, we could save Sasha? Having a witness lie to save your own client? What a dirty, underhanded tactic, right, Dono?
Objection!
Yesterday, the defense proved Orla was not guilty. We have no intention of going back on our assertions now. What are you saying, Mr. Rat? All you gotta do is admit the orca did it and Sasha goes free. Isn't the lawyer supposed to act in his client's best interests? But that wouldn't be acting in her interest. Miss Buckler believes Orla is innocent. And we, of course, believe that Miss Buckler herself is innocent too. Acting in the client's best interest is an important part of our job as lawyers. Using dirty means to win a verdict would destroy our client's faith in us. That's right. We believe in both Miss Buckler's and Orla's innocence. Huh? I just don't understand how you could treat a human and an orca equally. Sasha or the orca. You could only save one of them. I don't know about that. I think I can save them both. All I have to do is disprove your testimony. Oh yeah? Then go ahead and try. I will do just that. If I can't tear down his testimony, I won't be able to save both of them. I have to find a weak spot and start tearing.
Objection!
When lies are piled on top of each other, contradictions start to emerge. This time is no different. Are you saying there's some kind of inconsistency in my testimony? That's exactly what I'm saying. You claimed that the victim was sent flying about 30 feet into the air. But the autopsy report shows the apparent cause of death to be from a 65-foot fall. What? Additionally, in your testimony a moment ago, you said at 3:30 a.m. on the 20th there was still water in the orca pool. With the pool being 65... Oh, hold up. Add. With the pool being 65 feet deep, there's only 30 feet between the water and the ceiling. If the pool was full of water as you claimed, it would be impossible for the victim to fall about 65 feet as the autopsy states. Ah! Mr. Rhymes claimed he was in the orca pool room so he could make these statements. But the truth must be he was at the show stage, just as Dr. Crab and Sasha testified.
I believe that brings us back around to the orca didn't do it.
I didn't believe the witness's testimony from the outset. I am grateful to you, Right Dono, for shutting the witness up. As I thought, the only person who could have killed the victim is Sasha Buckler. That fact still remains, whether the witness was the one who tried to kill the orca or not. Son of a... Mr. Rhymes was right about one thing. His testimony was advantageous to our case. But pointing out the contradiction in his statement will only drive us into a corner.
As Prosecutor Blackquill said, suspicion against Miss Buckler is now deepened.
Uh-oh. If I don't do something fast, the judge is going to find Sasha guilty. But Mr. Wright, isn't there anything we can do? There has to be a way to prove Sasha is innocent. At a time like this, the thing to do is turn my thinking around. Instead of trying to prove that Sasha couldn't have done it, I have to think about what made it possible for somebody else to have done it. As long as the crime scene is the Orca pool room, then Sasha is the only one who could have committed the crime. No need for pity, your baldness. Just finish him off with a swift verdict.
It appears the defense has no objections. Very well, I will give my verdict.
Hold it!
Your Honor, please hold off on that verdict.
But you were so quiet, Mr. Wright. Do you have something to say now?
The defense has a counter-argument.
You do?
Pitiful. Such desperation. You look pale. Are you sure you're prepared to make this counter-argument? The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. I'll never forget those words no matter how many years go by. Even though it's probably just a bluff, I'll give it to them with a smile. What if the scene of the crime was somewhere else?
The scene of the crime?
Somewhere else. What? You're finding fault with the police investigation now. As I understand it, the prosecution's argument is as follows. The scene of the crime was the Orca pool room. Only the defendant and victim entered that room when there was no water in the pool. Therefore, only the defendant could have committed the crime. That is correct. But if the scene of the crime was not the Orca pool room, then somebody other than the defendant could have committed the crime. Are you sure you know where you're going with this? I might not be too sure, but I can't back down now.
Mr. Wright, I hope that I'm wrong, but this isn't one of your bluffs by any chance.
Of course not. The judge knows me far too well.
And do you have a theory on where the actual scene of the crime was?
Yes, of course. Think, Phoenix, think. Think of a place, other than the Orca pool room, where one could fall to one's death.
Then by all means, please share your theory with the court. Where was the real scene of the murder?
Take that!
The show stage pool might have been drained of water at some point as well. And if so, it would be just as possible to fall to one's death there as the Orca pool. Right, Dono. What you're doing is a disgrace to your profession. I sincerely hope you have some basis for what you're suggesting. Of course I do. I will, as soon as I think of something. The victim's body was found in the Orca pool. How do you explain that?
Objection!
How about if, after the victim was killed in the show stage pool, his body was moved to the Orca pool?
How about if? What kind of presentation of your argument is that? You had better have a reasonable explanation of how the body was moved.
There's no turning back now. I have to think of a way the body could have been moved. Was there something at the scene that could have been used to move the body?
Take that!
The hoist runs between the Orca pool room and the show stage. The stretcher can be hung from the hoist to move things like Orla or the Skull Rock. The stretcher could also have been used to move the dead body.
Yes, if the stretcher can move the Orca or the Skull Rock. Rock. It seems likely it could also move a dead body as well.
Wow, somehow that worked. I just might be able to pull this off. If the show pool was the scene of the crime, somebody else could have done it.
Objection!
You desperately spew conjecture, and now you even make up a crime scene. Ah! Not again!
You don't have the soul of a warrior. You don't deserve to be on the battlefield. And even your fabrication is half-baked. It's a disgrace!
Well, what do you mean, half-baked?
The hoist can be operated from the orca pool room only.
Gah!
And the only person who entered the orca pool room was the defendant. So even if the body was moved, the only one who could have moved it was the defendant herself.
Ah!
Order! So it comes back to the defendant no matter which pool it was?
Meaning, I can't clear Sasha either way? Sasha said she moved Orla and the Skull Rock. And I believe her. So could it be possible that she moved the body herself without being aware of it?
Mr. Wright, do you have an objection to Prosecutor Blackwell's claim?
Do I have an objection to the claim that the defendant moved the body? I have no objections. Miss Buckler must have been the one who moved the body.
What? Mr. Wright, are you admitting the defendant committed the murder?
No, I'm simply conceding that she was the only one who could have moved the body. However, I contend Miss Buckler was not aware that that is what she was doing. The culprit made her move it unbeknownst to her.
The defendant moved a dead body without recognizing that it was a dead body? How could that be possible?
The body was found in the orca pool. It must have been moved there somehow. I might find some kind of hint of the thing she moved with the stretcher. The culprit made Miss Buckler move the body along with this piece of evidence.
Take that!
The Skull Rock?
Miss Buckler told me yesterday that she moved the Skull Rock when she was cleaning. The only two things Miss Buckler moved to the orca pool are Orla and the Skull Rock. I would like to suggest that the victim's body may have been inside the Skull Rock.
What?
Hidden inside the rock, the body could have been moved to the orca pool with the hoist. At the show stage, Marlon Rhymes loaded up the Skull Rock with the body inside. And then he used the walkie-talkie to let Miss Buckler know the rock was loaded. Miss Buckler operated the hoist from the orca pool room and moved the stretcher. She moved the rock without knowing the body was inside.
Do you really think there's enough space inside the Skull Rock to place a body?
The swashbuckler flyer indicates it could be possible. Please focus on the question at the bottom left.
Oh, it says, who will obtain the gold coins hidden in the Skull Rock? In that case, I suppose the rock is most likely hollow.
What's more, if the body was inside the Skull Rock, it explains the remaining unanswered questions.
Such as?
Please take a look at the security footage of the scene Miss DePlume witnessed. Where did the body that Miss DePlume saw come from? Please recall, what was Orla doing to the Skull Rock at this time? She was headbutting it.
Oh!
That's right, Orla's ramming released the body from the Skull Rock. The body had been placed inside the Skull Rock and moved there from the show stage. I assert that the real murder scene was, in fact, the show stage pool.
Silence!
What rubbish is this now? You don't have a single scrap of evidence.
Objection!
It's easy enough to verify what I say. Take a look inside the Skull Rock for yourself. You should find some kind of proof that the body was there. blood, fibers, hair.
Gah! Right, Dono.
Mr. Wright, that was incredible! You turned things completely around. And to think, it all started with that half-baked bluff too. Whew, that was a close one. Did you really have to add that last bit?
If the murder took place at the show stage, then who is the perpetrator?
It is, naturally, the person who was at the show stage. Mr. Rhymes, weren't you the one who loaded the skull rock onto the stretcher at the show stage? Wow, Mr. Wright, that was some pretty smart brain work you did there. To be honest, I never thought you could figure it out. I tried to protect myself, but I guess it came back to bite me.
Are you confessing you gave false testimony before, Mr. Rhymes? That's perjury!
Yeah, what Mr. Rhymes says is true. That the body was inside the skull rock. And it's true that the captain was killed in the show pool too. What? He's admitting it that easily? This time, I'm gonna tell you the whole truth about what happened that day. In a show pool, the orca shot the captain up into the air. Then the captain came down and slammed into the water. I can still remember the spectators' screams clearly. All Sasha did was move the body. She was trying to protect the orca. When Mr. Bloom witnessed the orca finding the body, I freaked.
So now we're back to the orca again, I see.
If you were going to give testimony like that, why did I bother putting you on the stand?
All I'm doing is telling the truth. That day, Sasha wanted to do the old version of the Swashbuckler Spectacular. So I suggested she hide the body in the skull rock and move it to the orca pool. I was going to figure out what to do with the body after the show was over. The orca is the one that killed the captain. It wasn't me, and it wasn't Sasha. So it was Mr. Rhymes' idea to hide the body in the skull rock? But if Mr. Rhymes is the culprit, why would he protect Sasha? False charges against Sasha would mean he himself would escape suspicion. So why? Mr. Wright, how about if you leave this to me? Athena, do you mean you heard something? Yep, noise, discord in Mr. Rhymes' heart. So that means somewhere in his testimony there's an inconsistency in his emotions. All right, Athena, give him a good counseling session. You got it, boss. Huh? What's this? What are you getting, Athena? This testimony is pretty complex. Feelings of deep sadness and intense anger are being called up. Those two emotions appear to be running out of control. Out of control emotions? Is that going to be a problem? We'll have to probe their cause if we want to get to his true emotions and testimony. There might even be odd or unnatural spots in his testimony he isn't even aware of. Alright, let's probe for the cause of his out-of-control emotions then. I'll explain how to probe. Let's find the root cause together. When you see something off in a statement, use probe. Next, point to what's causing Mr. Rhymes' out-of-control emotions. Finally, press probe to complete the process. When emotions are out of control, memories can be recalled incorrectly. If you still haven't found anything after all the statements and images, I'll help. Great! Alright, I'll get started comparing the statements with the images. I doubt there were any spectators there at the show stage when the owner died. If there had been, those witnesses would have told us the true crime scene right away. What? Oh, right, of course. I just made a mistake. Okay, that made the sadness subside. So maybe the spectators part was what was making him sad? I wonder why he would make that mistake, saying spectators were there. How strange. The only thing I can think of is that he was mixing up one memory with another. Like, he was in a similar situation before, and it was deeply imprinted on his heart. A situation where an orca killed somebody and there were spectators there. Hey! I think I know why he's mixing up his memories. The reason why Mr. Rhymes mixed up his The reason why Mr. Rhymes mixed up his memories is...
Take that!
Mr. Rhymes, I think I know what happened. Could you have been mixing up what happened a year ago with this incident? Maybe that's why you slipped and said the owner was killed in front of spectators? What? How did you... You're right. I did see the orca kill somebody a year ago. But what about it? I was just one of the spectators. Really? Just another spectator? There must be a reason why you feel great sadness about that incident last year.
Silence!
Stop this nonsensical scrutiny of feelings. Just present evidence to prove your point. Yep. But boss, do we have any kind of evidence that would back us up here? There is one piece that comes to mind that might explain his sadness. Well, I'm waiting. Let's see this evidence that has to do with Marlon Ryan's sadness.
Take that!
Azura Summers died an accidental death 1 year ago. This is her boyfriend's charm. Hey! What are you doing with that charm? It was found in Rifle's stomach yesterday. Judging by your reaction, I believe this charm belongs to you. I guess I need to push him just a little harder to make him admit it. When Mr. Rhymes said the word charm, he was very rattled. We'd better examine this charm a little more. Good idea. Let's look inside it. Huh? What's this? A photograph? Hey, this is... Azura Summers and Marlon Rhymes! Mr. Rhymes, you and Azura Summers were a couple, weren't you? So what if we were a couple? It doesn't have anything to do with the captain's case. You believe you saw the orca kill your girlfriend. That's the cause of your sadness. Isn't that emotion of yours connected to the current case?
Silence!
The only thing you revealed was the witness's connection to the victim of last year's incident. What does the witness's past have to do with the case at hand? I don't know yet. But we managed to pinpoint the source of his sadness. Now let's delve into who Mr. Rhymes is angry at.
Got it!
Mr. Rhymes, you're angry with Orla, aren't you? Angry? And an orca? Why would I be? If you think I have some reason to be mad, then show me some proof. Do I have proof that Mr. Rhymes has a reason to be mad? I bet that evidence we just took a look at would come in handy here. This charm indicates that you were Azura Summers' boyfriend. I'm sure you believe Orla killed your girlfriend a year ago. You lost your girlfriend, and so you've been angry at Orla. Alright, I'll admit it. I'll never forgive that orca. Azura is dead and that orca is still swimming around happy as a clam. I became an animal keeper just so I could prove that orca is a killer. You're right, I want that orca to pay. There, you feel good dragging up a person's past, but it still doesn't change anything. He's right. I disagree. It does change things. His out-of-control emotion quieted down. Now I should be able to find out the truth behind that emotion. can still remember the captain's dead body clearly.
Got it!
When Mr. Plume witnessed the orca finding the body, you freaked? Really? What are you getting at? With Mr. Plume as a witness, Orla was guaranteed to be accused of the murder. Didn't it work out exactly as you'd hoped? In order to have Orla put down, you made sure Mr. Plume witnessed that scene. So you figured all that out, did you?
Mr. Rhymes, are you admitting it?
I didn't really want to have to fight anybody but the orca. But you leave me no choice.
Rah! Now it's time to get serious. Ahoy! What? Yo, 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 ho, ho! Ahoy, me brothers, represent! And avast ye grass eaters, stay free! Take me words and pop 'em in your mouth! Scurvy grass eaters, kneel to me beat! Yo, 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 ho, ho! Bro, I'm ready for the showdown! What is going on? Where did this pirate fellow come from?
He looks like a completely different person.
Oh, order! If we don't have order, Prosecutor Blackquill will yell at us!
Even Prosecutor Blackquill is at a loss for words.
So I plan to have that wench be a witness? Arr, you caught me out. It be true I thought that Orca's murderous ways should be found out. That be why I schemed to have De Plume see the body.
So you admit it? You deliberately framed Orla?
Arr, it be true. But what skin be that off of anybody's nose? That Orca be a murdering scurvy dog. I may have a grudge against that Orca, but I always felt grateful toward the captain. The Orca murdered Azura and the captain, so of course she should walk the plank.
Gah, I don't have a response to that. I agree, it wouldn't make any sense for him to kill the owner. Why would he? But his hatred for Orla, on the other hand, comes through loud and clear. Wait a minute. If killing Mr. Shipley doesn't make sense, who would it make sense for Rhymes to kill? Maybe my theory has been all wrong. Your Honor, I think I just became aware of a new fact.
Oh, and what is that?
Now that we know about Mr. Rhymes' intense hatred of Orla, it turns the premise we've been arguing under on its ear. I will now reveal the identity of the individual Mr. Rhymes meant to kill from the start.
Take that!
What? So the witness's intent was to kill the Orca?
Exactly. The witness's intended victim was not Jack Shipley. From the start, it was all a scheme to kill Orla.
The Orca was his true target, but Jack Shipley is the one who died. The Orca is alive and quite well.
He's right. He wanted to kill the Orca, and yet it was Jack Shipley who fell to his death. How did that happen? Wait a minute. What if Mr. Rhymes wanting to kill Orla was somehow connected to Mr. Shipley's death?
At a loss for words, are you? What happened to your bravado of a moment ago? Enough of these reckless words without any basis in fact.
Objection!
They aren't reckless words. The basis for my claim is at the real murder scene. Yes, is at the real murder scene, the show pool. What are you talking about? It's my contention that 2 incidents happened at the show pool. The attempted murder of the orca and the victim falling to his death. First of all, in order to kill the orca, Mr. Rhymes removed something from the scene. And by doing so, he made it possible for Mr. Shipley to fall to his death. He did what now? Mr. Wright, what did Mr. Rhymes remove in an attempt to kill Orla?
Take that!
Don't tell me you're trying to claim he tried to kill the orca by draining the pool water. That's exactly what I'm claiming. To help the defendant with the cleaning, Marlon Rhymes took charge of Orla, with the plan to kill Orla in the show pool. And because the pool water was drained, it made it possible for Jack Shipley to fall to his death in the show pool. Arr! I tried to kill the orca, you see. Can you even prove there was nary a drop of water in the pool? That day, I was simply looking after the orca. Why would I have the monstrous thought of killing it?
Objection!
You claim you were looking after Orla in the early morning hours of July 20th. But I don't think you were doing a very good job of it. After all, Orla wasn't given anything to eat during that time. How would ye know of such a thing? I know because of Orla's record here in the torpedo data system. This system continuously records data on the subjects it monitors. From Orla's record, we can tell exactly when she ate, or didn't eat. Sink me! Nobody ever told me about that dastardly contraption! Only a few of the Shipshape Aquarium staff know about this system. According to Orla's record, she never ate in those early morning hours of the 20th. You planned to kill Orla, and that's why you didn't feed her!
Silence!
You're wasting time. What proof do you have of that? Perhaps the orca simply wasn't hungry. Ah, he's right. I don't have any proof. If Orla simply didn't eat, then that would cause and create an inconsistency. Where did her fish go? Her fish? Good question. Where did it disappear to? Fish? What does it matter? What relevance does it have to the case? Cease this stalling with inconsequential questions. Stop delving into the depths of the orca's stomach and delve into the case instead.
Objection!
But wait, it may seem like a small inconsistency, but it's an issue of great importance, I think. What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? How could the fish disappear? Somebody must have eaten it. So who came to the show stage and ate Orla's fish? I think I might have a pretty good idea. I believe there must have been a visitor to the show stage that Mr. Rhymes didn't notice. Visitor? Are you trying to introduce yet another suspect at this 11th hour? If you utter more of your careless remarks, Taka won't look favorably upon it. I don't plan to utter any careless remarks. Whether my remarks will actually be related to the case or not, I don't yet know. Don't worry, boss. If Taka comes this way, I'll fend him off. But do try to keep your remarks careful. Somehow, Orla's fish disappeared. Somebody must have visited the show stage, but who? This was the visitor to the show stage. I believe Rifle the Penguin visited the show stage. First an orca, now a penguin? Why would you be saying such a thing, Mr. Lawyer? I didn't see Rifle during the wee early morning hours. Do you have any proof Rifle visited the show stage? If you be a lawyer of any sort, show me your evidence. The bottom of Rifle's feet were pink for some reason. That fact is a clue that Rifle was indeed at the show stage. I have to present that piece of evidence that connects Rifle to the show stage. Now to prove I'm a lawyer worth my salt. This is the proof that Rifle visited the show stage.
Take that!
Oh my, what a cute little sign. Look at all those adorable stars. These stars are actually starfish. Miss Buckler painted this sign. In the early morning hours of the 20th, she left the sign at the show stage to dry. Mr. Rhymes kept an eye on the sign for Miss Buckler while the paint was drying.
Aye, that be true, but what be your point?
On this sign is proof that Rifle visited the show stage.
Proof of the penguin's visit? I'm afraid I don't see it. Where is this proof that the penguin visited the show stage? Please point it out.
Take that!
A couple of the pink starfish are shaped a little differently from the others.
Oh, you're right. They look almost like little leaves.
Rifle had pink paint on the bottom of her feet. These little leaf-like shapes on this sign are actually Rifle's footprints. Rifle made these footprints by walking on the sign before it was dry.
Ho ho! What cute little pink penguin prints.
So there are footprints. What of them? Marlon Rhymes was watching over the sign at the show stage while the paint dried. And during that time, the penguin paid a visit. According to the torpedo data system, we know that Rifle ate something that morning of the 20th. Most likely, Rifle ate the fish meant for Orla that was at the show stage. Orla's snack was a small quantity of fish. Even a penguin could have eaten it all.
Begad! Rifle ate Orla's fish? Who be ye to say Rifle ate Orla's fish? She could have picked up food anywhere. But that doesn't change the fact that I really was at the show stage. After all, I had to help move the skull rock. It couldn't have been moved without me.
The witness claims he never saw the penguin. How do you explain this contradiction? Both Mr. Rhymes and Rifle were at the show stage, but Mr. Rhymes didn't see her. So where could Mr. Rhymes have been at the time? Right, Dono. If you aren't up to the task, I could disprove this witness's testimony for you. If I leave it to Prosecutor Blackquill, Sasha will be declared guilty. I can't let him interrupt this line of reasoning. Mr. Wright, let's try to figure out how things looked when Rifle came to the show stage. Mr. Rhymes is at the show stage, keeping an eye on Orla and the sign. And we know it must be true because he helped move the skull rock. Then Rifle came in and walked over the sign. But wouldn't Mr. Rhymes notice Rifle if he was right there? Well, let's think about where Mr. Rhymes could have been. Is there a place in the show stage area from which Rifle couldn't have been seen?
Take that!
What? Inside the pool? But you're right. If he was inside the pool, he wouldn't have noticed Rifle. So are you saying Mr. Rhymes was underwater the whole time Rifle was eating? No, not underwater. When I think about what he was trying to do, the answer is clear. Now, I'm finally starting to get the whole picture. Just like yesterday, must you two always be whispering to each other? Why don't you admit that nothing that's resorting to a penguin will get you nowhere?
Objection!
Oh, I don't know about that. The fact that Mr. Rhymes didn't notice Rifle is such a small inconsistency. But it's a key point that proves what Mr. Rhymes was trying to do. The penguin is a key point. The show stage pool is very deep. If Rifle came to visit while Mr. Rhymes was at the bottom of this pool, he would have never noticed Rifle. Yarr! Orcas can be out of the water for a short time without sustaining damage. But if they're out of the water for a long time, they weaken and eventually die. In order to kill Orla, Mr. Rhymes had to drain the pool. And while the pool was drained of water, Mr. Shipley fell to his death. The show stage pool is about 65 feet deep, just like the orca pool. Without water in the pool, a person could be made to fall 65 feet. Mr. Rhymes probably wondered what to do. If he continued with his plan to kill Orla, how would he dispose of Mr. Shipley's body? So he devised a plan to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. What? How? Mr. Rhymes went down to the bottom of the pool and put the victim's body in the rock. He then had Miss Buckler move the rock and the body together.
Silence!
And the witness made the defendant do this somehow without arousing her suspicion. That's right. Mr. Shipley told Miss Buckler that she couldn't perform in the new show. Miss Buckler became upset and wanted to switch back to the old version of the show. So Mr. Rhymes conveniently suggested that she take and hide a prop for the new show. Mr. Rhymes then manipulated Orla using her singing and lifesaver tricks. He schemed to have Orla find the body while Miss DePlume would be standing witness. He saddled Orla with the false charge of murder so that Orla would be put down. What? Arrgh. So the fact that the witness didn't see the penguin shows that when Rifle visited the show stage, Rhymes was putting the body in the rock. At the bottom of the pool, that is. Who would have thought the presence of a penguin could prove the witness's actions? It's working. Just a little further now and Sasha will be proven not guilty.
Silence!
If you think you've won this battle, you are sorely mistaken. Your theory is based on the notion that the witness could manipulate the orca. Witness, can you control the orca's actions? Of course not. What kind of bilge be that? I be but a simple animal keeper. If my memory serves, wasn't Miss Buckler the only one who could issue commands to the orca? The judge's blade is sharper than the lawyer's. If you wish to do battle with a witness, you'll need a honed blade. Where is your sort of evidence that Marlon Rhymes can manipulate the orca? Ah! Rhymes had to have manipulated Orla in order for his plan to work. But how can I prove that? Well, it appears this line of reasoning has become unsustainable.
Objection!
Well, it appears that I was mistaken. Athena? I've analyzed the hearts of all kinds of people. I have enough experience to see when I look into your heart that you haven't given up. So that objection was my way of speaking up for your heart. She's right. Why would I become a lawyer again only to give up? I have to keep fighting. Athena, thank you. With your help, I've remembered the old right way. The right way? Your Honor, I'm not finished with presenting my argument. Do you have anything else to ask this witness? You've cross-examined all the witnesses and presented all your evidence.
Objection!
All the witnesses? I don't think so. I haven't cross-examined the most important one, the central figure in both cases. The central figure? The one involved in not only the case a year ago, but this current case too. I've never called her as a witness, but it's time to do so now. Who are you talking about? I demand you tell the court immediately. Who is the central figure in both cases?
Take that!
The defense calls the central figure in both cases Orla the Orca. You intend to cross-examine an orca? Arr! Cross-examine an orca? Ye must be addled. It be impossible, says I.
Silence!
This absurdity is beyond the pale. How do you expect to question an orca, a creature incapable of speech?
Objection!
Orla is intricately involved in this case. I have every right to cross-examine her. Besides, even if she can't speak, I think cross-examining her will be invaluable. Very well, do what you will then. But if you fail to garner anything from this little exercise with the orca, I hope you realize the reward for your efforts will be the defendant's guilty verdict. I'm ready and confident.
So, cross-examining Orla, huh? That was a bold move, boss.
Now all we have to do is figure out how Mr. Rhymes manipulated Orla. That's right. Now it's Orla's turn to help us save Sasha.
An orca defended yesterday, an orca witness today. This is truly unprecedented. But even though this is highly unusual, I'm prepared to allow it. Bailiff, ready the witness telecast. We'll have a 10-minute recess while the telecast is being set up.
Leave it to you to think of something like calling Orla, Mr. Wright. Well, she's the only one who knows all the answers after all. I just talked to Pearls and she said Orla seems to be feeling fine. Now we have to try and figure out how Mr. Rhymes manipulated Orla. If we put Mr. Rhymes and Orla together, maybe we can get some kind of clue. And I can't forget about that strange set of prints of Rhymes's either. I really appreciate your trying to save both Orla and me. I had no idea Marlin hated Orla like that. I feel like I've been shocked by a torpedo ray.
Of course you would hate the killer whale that murdered his girlfriend right in front of him.
Oh, Mr. Plume, you've been watching the trial?
Oh yes, I came to make a declaration of war.
A declaration of war?
No matter what the results of today's trial, I will report the truth in my new book. Even if that truth goes against what I wrote in The Killer Whale.
I don't know what the truth is. Not even about what happened a year ago. Dr. Crab, Azura died right in front of my eyes, in the middle of a pirate show. She suddenly fell from the orca's back and began to thrash around in pain. The orca was singing a song and then started headbutting Azura over and over. Finally, the orca took Azura in her mouth and brought her to the side of the pool. Just before she died, Azura was holding her chest in obvious pain.
She was holding her chest?
Wait a minute. Could it be? I don't think Orla was to blame for the incident a year ago either.
What?
I think the cause of Miss Summers' death might have been her heart condition.
Heart condition? What heart condition? I never heard anything about that.
Miss Summers had a prescription with Hickfield Clinic for a heart condition. The orca didn't kill her. I think it's possible her heart condition did. What? Azura had a heart condition too? I guess she hid it from everybody, just like I did.
So that means the orca was innocent a year ago too!
It's just a theory, but I think the orca headbutted Azura to check on her, and then did the lifesaver trick to rescue her.
So there was no need to put the orca down after all.
So, you really did intend to put Orla down?
No, Jack and I were against such a thing from the start.
But you said you were going to euthanize the orca! Yeah, I've been wondering about that. Dr. Crab, about this capsule. It's not a poison but a sleeping drug, right?
That's right. Even if Orla attacks someone, or even if the Center for Dangerous Animal Control demands she be put down, I never had any intention of killing her. I would use sleeping pills to make it look like she was dead and then set her free. That's why I purchased so many sleeping capsules.
Oh, that's why! I never considered the possibility that poor woman's death was illness.
She seems pretty disturbed to be wrong.
I simply want to know the truth. That is why I will tell you who my client is. The day I witnessed the owner's death, I was there at the request of the animal keeper.
Marlon Rhymes?
That is correct. That day, my client called me to ask me to investigate the orca pool.
He must have wanted you to witness what Orla was going to do. Why did you decide to tell us this?
My desire to protect my client was standing in the way of the truth. I couldn't allow that. I will be watching to see how this all unfolds. Good luck to you, blue and yellow duo.
Well, that was quite a bombshell she just dropped, and so casually, too.
That woman really is a free spirit. Do you remember what you said yesterday, Mr. Lawyer? That you'd expose any secret if it would help save Sasha? I remember. It's my duty as a lawyer. Well, I just wanted you to know that I don't blame you for exposing the aquarium's secret. It may put me in hot water, but if it helps save the orca, let me clue you in on another secret. Focus on the orca's song. The orca's song, huh? What could he be hinting at?
Oh, Mr. Wright, looks like it's time.
All right, let's go back in.
You've got it, boss. We're gonna go in there and save Sasha and Orla together.
The court will now reconvene. Is the witness Orla Shipley, commonly known as Orla, ready? Well, the orca is present, but I highly doubt she understands what's going on. Ho ho, just as adorable as yesterday.
I distinctly remember you being afraid of her on several occasions.
Now then, Mr. Wright, how do you propose to cross-examine the witness?
I intend to have the young lady there with Orla help me. Hello, everyone.
That young lady. Didn't I meet her once before, a long time ago?
Yes, that's Pearl Fay, my old friend.
Well, well, didn't she grow up to be a lovely, lovely young lady? Oh! I have no interest in this chit-chat. On with the cross-examination! Mr. Wright, this is all your fault. Why are you dawdling?
How is this my fault?
The court will now hear the testimony of Orla Shipley. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor?
Do you seriously intend to cross-examine this orca?
Well, she is a key witness for the defense after all, sir.
Every time you come to my courtroom, you open my eyes to a new way of thinking. It appears this will be another one of those times.
Yes, he's given me the go-ahead. I'd now like to put the witness and Mr. Rhymes together to see how he manipulated the orca. Hopefully Orla will have some kind of reaction.
Arr! Fine by me, but naught will happen, I tell ye.
Mr. Rhymes was right. Nothing happened. I guess I shouldn't have expected it to be easy. How did he manipulate her?
Right, Dono. I hope you realize that if you can't prove with this cross-examination how Rhymes controlled the orca, your defendant will be declared guilty immediately.
Yes, I realize that. This is my last chance. I have to figure out how Rhymes commanded Orla to do her tricks.
Please begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Miss Shipley, I'm afraid feet is not going to get us anywhere. This is your plan of action. If you are capable of interpreting orca speech, this entire exercise is folly.
Objection!
You leave the interpretation of Orla's heart to me. All right, girl, what do you gotta say? Let me hear it. Oh, Orla, you're so cute.
Right, Dono. Surely you don't intend to continue this farce. I do. Miss Shipley, please continue with your testimony.
Hold it!
Could you interpret that for the court, Miss Sykes? I'm getting a strong reading of happiness. Maybe she thinks she's doing a show?
I demand serious witness testimony. This is no time for fun and games. If you continue with this mockery, I will subject you to 40 lashes with a wet fish.
Not a wet noodle? That just sounds fishy. Hey, speaking from experience, anything is better than 40 lashes from a whip.
The defense will please caution its witness to conduct herself with propriety.
Hold it!
Instead of impersonating a one orca band, could you show us the lifesaver trick? I guess Orla won't do what you want unless you give her the proper signal. Oh, doesn't Orla sing beautifully?
Taka's singing voice is much more melodic and clear.
Nah, neither one should quit their day job. Please continue your testimony, Miss Shipley.
Hold it!
Miss Shipley seems to want to communicate something. Perhaps she's hungry? Miss Faye, could you give Miss Shipley a snack? Certainly. One moment.
What a heartwarming scene. It reminds me of my granddaughter with her pet.
Wow, your granddaughter must have a pretty large pet.
Stop all this pet prattle and get on with the cross-examination. But she's such an adorable creature. I never get tired of looking at her.
Silence!
I, on the other hand, have had more than my fill of this tomfoolery. Enough is enough!
It sounds like Prosecutor Blackquill is about to blow his top. What should I do? Should I continue the cross-examination? I'm done playing games. I will now explain how Orla was manipulated by Mr. Rhymes. In order to respond to a command, Orla needs to hear the sound of a whistle. But Mr. Rhymes isn't a trainer. I doubt he'd know how to give the signals himself. So that means he must have had help. So how did Mr. Rhymes issue commands to Orla?
Take that!
Sasha told me an interesting story about Miss Summers. Azura used to send her boyfriend videos of herself teaching the orca tricks. I used to help Azura take the videos on her TV phone. Most likely, Mr. Rhymes still has these videos of Miss Summers. Miss Faye, could I ask for your help? Of course, Mr. Nick. What is it? You're using Mr. Rhymes' TV phone, correct? I'd like you to examine it for me. Please look for videos of Azura Summers issuing whistle commands to Orla. Videos? I'm not too sure how to do that, but I'll give it a try. My apologies to Marlin.
Right, Dono. What are you up to? You'll see in a moment, if Pearls can find those videos for me.
Mr. Nick, I found them. I found some videos like you described. You did? Thank you, Miss Faye. Just as I suspected. How did Marlin Rhymes get Orla to do those tricks? I will now show you. With Mr. Rhymes' cell phone.
His cell phone? Are you implying he used an app?
Miss Faye, see if you can issue Orla a command. Me? Can I do such a thing? You might be able to if you play a video with a whistle signal in it. If there's a video of the lifesaver trick, please play that. Before you do though, please put the practice dummy in the pool. The practice dummy? Alright. In it goes! There, it sank to the bottom. Now I'll play a video. Orla's diving down, heading straight for the dummy. Kee, what a smart girl you are, Orla. The lifesaver trick was a complete success, Mr. Nick. Thank you, Miss Faye. You were a big help. Now I have proof.
Unbelievable. You actually pulled it off. That was the lifesaver trick we saw yesterday. Is Miss Faye an orca trainer now?
No, Your Honor. I'll explain after we try one more trick. Now, let's see if we can command Orla to do the singing trick. Miss Faye, if there's a video of the singing trick, please play that. Certainly. Let's see, is it this video? Oh my, isn't she wonderful? That was the Swashbuckler Spectacular song.
Ho ho! What a lovely singing voice. It wasn't bad. By the way, how did Miss Faye give the orca those commands?
Marlon Rhymes had something on his phone that his girlfriend Azura Summers sent him. There are videos of Miss Summers issuing commands to Orla with a whistle. If they have Orla listen to the sounds of the signals, anyone at all could command Orla.
Oh my! Anyone at all?
Yes, I believe so, Your Honor. Ad break. Yes, I believe so, Your Honor. All that we have to do is play those videos.
Mr. Wright, please submit those videos as evidence.
I'm getting the sneaking suspicion the judge just wants to try it out for himself. Miss Faye, could you send those videos to the TV phone here? All right, certainly. Got them. All right, I'll try playing one. So this was a training session a year ago, huh? But wait a minute. There's something about that song that bothers me.
If the orca can be commanded using videos on a cell phone, then that means that Marlon Rhymes could have manipulated the creature. Arrgh!
Mr. Rhymes, you can't talk your way out of it now.
Silence!
I have to commend you. That was very good proof. I concede Marlon Rhymes could have manipulated the orca. But isn't it true that the defendant could have done it as well? All she would have to do is use the whistle she knows how to use so well. And she wouldn't have had to use those videos. Surely you admit it's a possibility. She could have easily had Norma de Plumes witness the singing in the lifesaver trick.
So he's trying to argue it was equally possible for Sasha as it was for Rhymes, is he? Is that true? Let me think about that for a minute. That's right, those weren't just simple cries, it was singing! As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing! It kept headbutting while it sang the swashbuckler spectacular song!
The sassy man Blackquill, yes.
The culprit made sure Miss de Plume heard the song and saw the lifesaver trick. Could Sasha have shown these two tricks to the witness? No, I don't think Miss Buckler could have created the same conditions as the culprit.
You challenge me to a battle. I hope your sword is sharpened. Let me see those sword skills of yours.
Don't you worry, my sword is drawn and ready. My sword is evidence that the two tricks couldn't have been shown at the same time.
Take that!
Miss de Plume said in her testimony that she witnessed these two tricks at the same time. However, that fact is inconsistent with how Orla performs tricks.
How Orla performs tricks? What are you talking about?
Orla can't perform two tricks at once. She performs only one trick per whistle signal. That's how she's been trained.
In other words, it would be just like with a dog. If you tell him to both sit and shake, he won't do them at the same time. Am I understanding it correctly?
Yes, that's the idea, Your Honor. I wonder if the judge has a dog?
What a farce! So are you saying that the witness somehow managed to produce an impossible scenario? Arr! If the creature's own trainer couldn't do it, how could I?
Yes, it's a mystery, isn't it? But boss, you don't have to agree so cheerfully.
The defense is claiming that Marlon Rhymes manipulated the orca. But if you cannot explain fully how this was done, your argument doesn't hold water. If you can't straighten out your own theory, would you like me to straighten you out?
No thank you. So Orla can't do two tricks at a time, but Miss de Plume saw her do it. This logical inconsistency means there's a flaw somewhere. Was Miss de Plume lying? Or is it not true that Orla can't do two tricks at a time? But Miss de Plume had no reason to lie about such a thing. If it really is impossible for Orla to perform two tricks at once, then maybe either the lifesaver trick or the singing trick was faked? Faked. Yes, maybe Orla only performed one of the tricks. But it was made to look like she performed two.
Silence!
Maybe. How do you expect to conduct a sword battle with conjecture?
Sounds like I'd better present some evidence here, and fast.
Although I'm concerned about your profuse sweating, Mr. Wright, allow me to ask you. Which of these two was faked, the lifesaver trick or the singing trick?
The defense wishes to argue that the singing trick was faked.
And on what grounds do you base your assertion that the singing trick was faked?
Take that!
This is a recording of a recent Swashbuckler Spectacular. In this recording, Orla sings the same song she sang for Miss Fay earlier. But Miss de Plume said this song is different from the one that was sung a year ago.
The song is different?
Please listen to the song in the video from a year ago, sent to the cell phone.
Yes, it sounds quite different from the song Orla sang for Miss Faye earlier.
And yet, this is the same video Miss Faye used to issue the command to Orla to sing. By having Miss DePlume listen to the song recorded in the cell phone video, the true culprit made Miss DePlume think Orla was singing the song from a year ago. Only Marlon Rhymes, the owner of the cell phone videos, could have done this!
Silence!
But Miss DePlume said she heard the orca singing right in front of her. How do you claim he made her think that? How was the song recording played? I intend to explain that too, of course. What? The answer lies somewhere in the Orca Pool visitors corridor. Marlon Rhymes played the song recording by using this.
Take that!
Miss DePlume heard the song while she was in the Orca Pool visitors corridor. There's a speaker in that corridor so that visitors can hear the orca's sounds. And you claim the song was played from that speaker? How? Here's how Rhymes played the song over the speaker in the visitors corridor.
Take that!
Mr. Rhymes could broadcast the song and the video to the speaker by using a walkie-talkie. And he could get Orla to do a trick by letting her hear Miss Summers' whistle signal too. He played the singing through the speaker and he made Orla do the lifesaver trick. All of this was the doing of the true culprit, Marlon Rhymes! Gah! This is what you did, isn't it, Mr. Rhymes? Grr. Grr! You did it! Now we can save both Sasha and Orla. Just leave it to Captain Wright's swashbuckling lawyers to win any case. I don't remember agreeing to that name.
So it actually was possible for Mr. Rhymes to manipulate the orca. I'm stunned. I see we will need to hear more from this witness.
Mr. Rhymes, the time has come for you to tell the court the truth.
So I used the walkie-talkie, you see. Arr, sorry, but you're dead wrong, me bucko. It'd be impossible, says I.
What do you mean impossible?
I shall sing ye a little shanty, dissing your scurvy theory. Hark ye well now. Yo, walkie-talkie be broke for real. Mr. Lawyer's freestyle got no appeal. Broke before the plume on the scene, broke before Wright could ever dream. Legit goof during cleaning time, aye, but Bill suckin' lawyer spittin' lies. The orca, you don't listen to me, Kay. Kill the cat, you so cray-cray.
Here we go again with that flip-flop music. Broken? Of all the flimsy excuses! Bilge suckin'. That was uncalled for. You probably broke it on purpose after the fact.
Arr, that be untrue, little lassie. Although I can't prove when it really was. Lucky be it for me, ye lawyers are the ones who have the proving to do.
Ugh, after everything we've uncovered, he still won't admit it. Somehow I have to prove that he still could have done it.
Hold it!
You made a big blunder? What happened?
After I helped Sasha with the cleaning, I dropped it by accident and broke it. Ye wish to see it? I still have it with me.
It does indeed appear to be broken.
With me walkie-talkie broken, there'd be no way I could have done what you said. I couldn't have given the orca any commands.
Oh, your walkie-talkie broke. Isn't that just so convenient? Mr. Rhymes, I think you broke it on purpose.
Miss Lawyer, none of your false accusations, if you please. I broke it on purpose. Where be your proof?
I don't have any proof.
If his walkie-talkie was broken, it throws a monkey wrench into my whole theory. When he let Pearls borrow his cell phone so casually yesterday, he must have already been confident I wouldn't be able to prove anything.
Ha ha! You'll never get me to agree that that poxed orca be innocent. If something not be done about her, she'll get Sasha one day too. The orca killed the captain. It weren't me.
So, you intend to continue to claim that the defendant is innocent, do you? But I won't stand for that. Now then, right, Dono, what's your next move? Your Honor, I would like to examine that walkie-talkie if you don't mind.
Certainly. Here you are.
Let's see if there's any way to tell when the walkie-talkie was broken. If he gave Orla that command, then it couldn't have been broken at the time. I can use R to rotate the evidence, and A to examine if I notice anything of interest. You can also zoom in and out with X and B to get a closer look. Get a better look. Now, let's check every last inch of it for anything off. Huh? Look at these. They look like tooth marks. Hey, you're right. A bite this big. I wonder if it was Orla? Wait, a walkie-talkie with tooth marks? Didn't we hear a story like that just yesterday? It was the walkie-talkie Azura used right up until her death. In the middle of the show, the orca brought Azura up to the surface in her mouth. She left tooth marks in Azura's walkie-talkie. The captain said he always kept that walkie-talkie with him so he'd never forget. Rhymes said this walkie-talkie was his, but could it be?
Not odd about it, don't ye agree? Arr, time to give it up, Mr. Lawyer. Forget the orca, just save Sasha, says I.
I can't do that. Now that I'm finally a lawyer again, how could I hold my head up if I made my client so miserable?
Arr, a stubborn one ye be.
Hold it!
Are you sure it was your walkie-talkie? You could have stolen a broken walkie-talkie from somebody else.
Arr, if you be accusing me of thievery, let me see your proof.
All right. This evidence tells who you stole the walkie-talkie from.
Take that!
According to the defendant's statement, Mr. Shipley talked to her on his walkie-talkie before his death. However, no walkie-talkie was found near the victim's body.
Arr, methinks the police just didn't look hard enough. Besides, the captain's walkie-talkie wasn't broken, be that not right? So his walkie-talkie has naught to do with mine.
I'm not so sure that's true. The victim fell to his death. It's quite possible his walkie-talkie broke in the fall. You stole a walkie-talkie after the victim's death, didn't you, Mr. Rhymes?
Silence!
I will not allow such leading questions, right, Dono? If you claim the walkie-talkie belonged to the victim, show me your evidence!
Certainly. I plan on doing just that. Please look at these tooth marks here on the walkie-talkie.
Tooth marks? Oh yes, I see them.
The victim's walkie-talkie was a keepsake that used to belong to Azura Summers, who died a year ago. These tooth marks were left by Orla when she carried Miss Summers in her mouth.
If this is Mr. Shipley's walkie-talkie, then Mr. Rhymes' walkie-talkie is still unaccounted for, which means he could have used it to command the orca after all.
And that's not all, Your Honor. The only one who could have taken the victim's walkie-talkie is the culprit himself.
Arr!
The fact that Marlon Rhymes had the victim's walkie-talkie is proof enough that he murdered Jack Shipley. Sink me. Arrgh! Not so fast, Mr. Lawyer. What? He still won't admit it? This walkie-talkie be mine, says I. Then how do you explain the tooth marks on it? I've had many the run-in with that orca myself, arr. She bit me more than once, and me walkie-talkie too. Evidence of our fights are carved here into me body. My goodness, I could clearly see the tooth mark scars on your skin. What? Are those really scars from being bitten by Orla? Ahoy! Yo ho ho ho! You want answers? I got some, mate. These scars from Orla, that's right. Dem girl can put up a nasty fight. That orca bit me and left me scarred. Had a wreck to protect, so I went in hard. So, Mr. Lawyer, I win just being frank. And Orla, you get the plank. I can't let him run this show. I have to find a way to prove the walkie-talkie belonged to the victim. And ye can forget about fingerprints. I always keep me walkie-talkie clean and polished. This man had everything worked out before he even took the stand. But I won't give up. There has to be a way. Mr. Wright, I found something interesting. The tooth marks on the walkie-talkie. Notice anything funny about them? Funny? Funny how? Something is different about them compared to the other tooth marks we've seen. The only ones I remember are the ones on the practice dummy. It's just a tiny difference. It might not even mean anything. Right now, we need to consider every possibility we can, no matter how small. If I can figure out what's different about the bite marks, maybe I could somehow prove Rhymes' walkie-talkie actually belonged to the victim. Think, Phoenix. You could turn everything around right here and now. Time to review the facts we have so far. With the intent of killing Orla, Rhymes drained the show's stage pool. But Rhymes failed to kill Orla, and instead he tried to pin Shipley's murder on Orla. In order to manipulate Orla, Rhymes must have used a cell phone and a walkie-talkie. But the walkie-talkie Rhymes has is broken. I think it's the victim's walkie-talkie, the one he kept as a memento of Azura Summers. I have to find a way to prove that it is indeed the victim's walkie-talkie. Which piece of evidence left on the walkie-talkie could prove it belongs to the victim? We have two pieces of evidence with tooth marks, the walkie-talkie and the dummy. What's striking about these two pieces of evidence? When I look closely, I see two different bite mark patterns. Two variations, huh? Wasn't there a trick of Orla's that had two different variations as well? A year ago, the orca's song and teeth marks were different from what they are now. What could be the cause of these two inconsistencies? What's behind the fact that the orca's tooth marks and song were different a year ago? I'm starting to think there are two different orcas, the one a year ago and Orla now. And if the orca a year ago wasn't Orla, it means the bite marks on the walkie-talkie isn't Orla's like Rhymes said it was. Now I can finally prove the walkie-talkie belongs to the victim. Mr. Wright, you appear to be lost in thought there. Is everything all right? I just realized something. Astonishing, Your Honor. Your face is what's astonishing, right, Dunno? Your rudeness is what's astonishing, Prosecutor Blackquill. And what is this astonishing thing you realized? Until just now, I thought the orca at Ship Ship Aquarium a year ago and Orla were the same orca. However, two inconsistencies led me to a new fact. And that fact is that there might be two Orla Shipleys.
What? Two different orcas? But that's impossible. Order! Order in the court! Explain yourself. What is the basis for this preposterous claim?
The orca's show song a year ago and the one now are different. I believe it's because the orca a year ago was a different orca. Two different orcas, two different songs. It explains the show song contradiction.
What be this bilgewater talk? I don't understand.
I'm talking about the truth. Truth that will finally catch you out in your lies. You claimed that the tooth marks on the walkie-talkie were Orla's, but that's not true. The two different bite mark patterns on the walkie-talkie and on the dummy proves this.
What? Two different patterns, you say?
Silence!
While I will concede there is a possibility that two different orcas exist, bite mark patterns alone are not proof enough. I want more conclusive evidence.
All right, I will show you conclusive evidence then. So he wants to see evidence other than the bite mark patterns, does he? The orca a year ago and Orla have different songs and different teeth. Don't I have two videos on hand that can be used to compare those differences? I will now submit two videos with which the different songs and teeth can be compared.
Take that!
And here is the other.
Take that!
Please compare these two videos, one from a year ago and one recent. As discussed, the two orcas are singing two different songs. Please also pay special attention to the appearance of the two orcas' teeth.
How exactly do you claim their teeth are different?
Let's look for shots in the two videos where the orca's teeth are shown. This is Orla in the recent video of the Swashbuckler Spectacular Pirate Show. As you can see, she has all of her teeth.
What a healthy smile she has. I'm a bit envious.
Next, let's take a look at the TV phone video from a year ago. Just as I thought, their teeth are different.
Oh, I believe this smile looks a little different from the one we saw a moment ago.
As you can see, the orca from a year ago has one tooth that's broken off.
If the teeth are different, then...
Yes, if the teeth are different, they of course leave different bite mark patterns. On the practice dummy, you can see Orla's uniform pattern with all teeth intact. And on the walkie-talkie, you can see that one tooth is missing from the pattern.
Oh, I see it. Just like the smile of the orca in last year's video.
The tooth marks on the walkie-talkie were not made by the orca we know as Orla. They were made a year ago by a different orca.
Two different orcas. I can't believe it.
The statement that the tooth marks on the walkie-talkie were from Orla was a lie. The truth is, this walkie-talkie was stolen from the victim, Jack Shipley. And the only person who could have stolen it is... the true culprit, Marlon Rhymes!
No, you got it all wrong. It be all the fault of that orca. Whoa. Huh? Arr. You got it all wrong! Blimey! It be the orca's fault! This can't be! Arr!
Won't stick in. I'm too weak to help anybody.
Well, it would appear we should hear more from the defendant about Orca Shipley. Sasha Buckler,
Yes, Captain Judge?
is what Mr. Wright claims true? Are there two different orcas?
The secret that Ship Aquarium was hiding was about Orla, wasn't it? Dr. Crab told me to focus on the orca's song. He hinted it would be a clue. Phoenix is right. The one we call Orla is the second Orca Shipley. There actually used to be two orcas at Ship Aquarium. I used to call the first Orca Shipley just Aura for short. Aura and Orla are sisters. The captain rescued them both when they got beached on the shore. But Orla was in bad shape, and the ship's doctor had to look after her for a long time. Both orcas loved the captain, so we decided to keep them on at Ship Aquarium.
Why didn't you say anything about there being two orcas?
Well, because after the accident a year ago, Aura was put down.
What? Orca is dead?
Yeah, the Center for Dangerous Animal Control demanded it. Apparently, the captain and the ship's doctor begged them. We put the first one down, so please leave the second one alone, they said. Anyway, after the accident a year ago, the captain told us he was gonna put Orla in the pirate show as Orca Shipley. He asked us to keep quiet about Aura's death until the time was right.
What a surprising and complex tale. Did all Ship Aquarium employees know about this?
No, just a select few of us.
Mr. Rhymes, did you know about it?
Of course not. How would I? Tell me, Mr. Rhymes, did you plan on killing Orla from the start? Yeah, I planned to do it during the cleaning, so I drained the pool. I figured if I didn't do something about that beast, Sasha's life was in danger. Sasha trusted that orca just as much as Azura did. I wanted to protect her. I couldn't help Azura, so I felt like protecting Sasha was the least I could do. My duty. I built up my strength so I'd be ready to kill the orca. I even fought with sharks. But the captain realized my plan and tried to save the orca.
And that is why you killed Jack Shipley? Ah, now the report from the crime lab finally makes sense.
Report from the crime lab?
In court yesterday, you will recall I showed a photo of the victim lying on his back. According to the lab, the bruise on the victim's right wrist was Rhymes' handprint.
His handprint?
I didn't know how it fit in with the case until I heard Rhymes' story just now. But now we can imagine the reason for it being there. Rhymes must have made the handprint when he fought with the victim over the orca.
A handprint made during a struggle? I don't care what happens to me anymore. I deserve the death penalty. I'm the one that killed the captain. Please give Sasha her not guilty verdict.
You accept your defeat well, I see. Let me be your guide to hell. Get on with the verdict, your baldness. It seems this unprecedented trial that began with an orca as the defendant has finally come to a close.
Sasha's saved. Orla's going to look is going to be so happy. Sasha's not guilty verdict is coming. Why do I still have this strange nagging feeling? Rhymes' handprint on the victim's right wrist. Was it really the result of a deadly struggle over the orca? I can't shake the feeling. That handprint has some other hidden meaning. Is this trial going to end without revealing the whole truth?
Very well. This court finds the defendant, Sasha Buckler.
Hold it!
Your Honor, please hold off on that verdict.
Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? I would like to further explore this new evidence the prosecution just submitted. But what complaint could you have? You are about to get your not guilty verdict. I see no need to further prolong this trial, Mr. Wright. Your Honor, we still don't know the entire truth of this case. This unnatural handprint Mr. Rhymes left on the victim's right wrist. I don't think it was the result of a fight between the two men. Not the result of a fight? Then what do you suggest it was?
Boss, what are you doing? Do you remember that evidence we found at the show stage? Evidence? What evidence? That mysterious mark might be the key to understanding the whole case.
Your Honor, the defense would like to submit evidence that will expose the truth of this case. A mysterious piece of evidence that pairs with Mr. Rhymes' unnatural handprint.
Take that!
Marlon Rhymes left behind a very unusual set of fingerprints at the show stage. In what way were they unusual? They were right hand prints on the left side of the ladder. If one were to grasp the ladder in the same way as the prints, it would look like this. It looks like the ladder is being grasped from above. Exactly, Your Honor. And the handprint on the victim's right wrist shows it was held with a powerful grip. Marlon Rhymes grasped the show stage ladder in an unnatural pose. If he was gripping the victim's wrist in this position. Gripping the victim's wrist? Then he must have been...
It meant Mr. Rhymes was actually...
That's right. If we couple the unnatural handprint with the mysterious fingerprints... we see that Marlon Rhymes was trying to save the victim's life. What? But that can't be. It's impossible. Why don't we ask Mr. Rhymes himself?
Yeah.
Mr. Rhymes, we want to hear the truth directly from you.
I gotta hand it to you, Mr. Lawyer. You got skills. Why? Why did you have to figure it out? It doesn't matter what happens to me anymore. I'm ready to die.
So is what the defense is claiming true?
The captain, he found out I drained the show stage pool. He rushed to the side of the pool, frantic to put some water in for the orca. And then he slipped. Captain, give me your left hand!
No, Marlon, you'll fall too! Forgive me, Marlon. I didn't realize what deep pain you were in. But please, please don't blame Orla. It's nobody's fault. Not Orla's, and not yours.
Hey! Captain!
So, Jack Shipley's death was accidental. Why didn't you tell us that you didn't kill the victim?
Because I have no right to live anymore. I'm ready to get the death penalty. The captain died because of me, and then, on top of it all, I used his body to frame Orla. I was gonna kill Orla, and she wasn't even to blame. She didn't do anything wrong. The only thing I can do now is pay for it all with my life. I can't do anything. I couldn't save the captain. I couldn't avenge Azura's death.
Mr. Rhymes, you have the wrong idea about Miss Summers' death. Not even the first Aura Shipley was responsible for her dying. Aura, of her own accord, was trying to save Miss Summers' life.
What? What are you talking about?
Azura Summers suffered from a heart condition, but she didn't tell anyone and she performed in the pirate show anyway. She had a heart attack and died before anyone could save her. I'm sure she didn't think Aura attacked her. There's nothing to avenge.
No way. A heart condition? She never said a word about it.
Maybe she didn't want you to worry about her.
So I wanted to get revenge all this time for nothing?
So neither case was murder. Not a year ago, and not this time either. Your responsibility in this matter is great, but I believe you can be rehabilitated.
Marlin, you better come back to Shipshape Aquarium when you're done, you hear? Orla and I and everybody will be waiting for you. You still have a lot to offer, Mr. Rhymes. Live your life and never give up, for the sake of those who are gone as well.
I promise to make up for what I've done, even if it takes me my whole life. Mr. Wright, Sasha. Thank you.
Well, I've seen countless trials, but never one that ended like this. I don't know how, Mr. Wright, but you always seem to manage to turn things around. I think all this excitement has taken a few years off of my life.
Is that praise or a diss?
Now then, this court finds the defendant, Sasha Buckler, Court is now adjourned.
Congratulations on your win! Thank you all. Thank you for all your help today, Pearls. All I did was have fun with Orla. Orla, I'm back! Oh, I missed you, girl. Oh, I'm so happy for you and Orla, Sasha. Everything turned out great. Phoenix, Athena, I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Orla and I are both really grateful. I will now act out me gratitude with a little performance. Arr!
Miss Orca Lover, don't you think you'd better take care of your health first?
All right, fine. I promise. No more shows until I'm better. I don't want anybody to worry about me after all.
Good. I'm glad that's settled. Hey, buddy, Mr. Lawyer. You just had to blab every single one of the aquarium's secrets, didn't you?
I'm sorry, Dr. Crab.
Nah, that's all right.
I'm glad. It was kind of hard to tell.
Although, thanks to you, they now know we're using the illegal torpedo system. But I think we'll be able to wiggle out of serious repercussions somehow. That writer lady is advocating for us, saying the law itself is to blame. She said she's going to look into getting the law changed.
Wow, go Mr. Plume. She sure is a powerhouse.
There's one thing you didn't figure out, by the way. Keep this to yourself, will you? We don't want it getting out publicly. Remember that appointment I had written down in my calendar?
Oh, you mean meet the captain at the Orca pool at 7 a.m.?
That note meant the Orca pool of the Supermarine Aquarium, not Shipshape's.
What? Why were you supposed to meet there?
Jack and I... we visited the Supermarine Aquarium once a month. Any idea why?
To get dolphin therapy treatment?
No, silly! Remember I told you? Jack and I were against putting the orca down from the start.
What? You mean...
We just pretended to put the first Aura Shipley down. The Supermarine Aquarium is harboring her for us.
What? Oh, so that talk about large amounts of money you were paying them. Once a month, the owner and the vet disappear from this aquarium. And I came to find out that each time a large amount of money was being paid out.
We were paying for Aura's care. You wouldn't believe how much fish orcas eat. Now that it's been proven she was innocent all along, I think we can bring her back soon. Until then, keep it under your hat, okay?
Huh? What was he telling you about? Oh, nothing much. By the way, Orla wants you to give her a little celebratory prize. Orla specifically requested that you give it to her, Phoenix. Alright, fine. Let's see, what can I give her?
Take that!
Orla, it's coming a day late, but congratulations on your verdict. Oh my, aren't you lucky? Haha, that's Orla's the best trick, the thank you kiss trick. Oh, Orla, I want to be next. And so the curtain fell on my first trial in years. I'm looking forward to the comeback of Sasha and Orla's swashbuckler spectacular. After all, I made a comeback of my own, as a lawyer. It's been a while since I visited Shipshape Aquarium. Now that Sasha has recovered from her illness, she's performing today. There's still some time before the show starts. I think I'll wander around a bit. Hi, Phoenix. Hope you enjoyed the show today. The orcas are excited and ready to go. Oh, I'm sure I'll enjoy... Wait a minute. Did you say orcas, as in plural? Yep, let me show you. What? 2 Orlas? Don't tell me. Yep, you caught it right. Aura Shipley the First has returned to Shipshape Aquarium. We be the 3 pirate sisters. Arr! We be out to stop the evil Scalawag League, led by Red Stash and the giant octopus. Well, I don't want to get in the way of their rehearsal. Guess I'd better go. Well, if it isn't Blue Boy, did you come for my book signing? Oh, Mr. Plume, there's a book signing? Yes, my new book is just out. It's called Shipshape Aquarium. Don't pull the plug. The book signing will be held here in this room. After all, the vet owes me a favor.
Yes, she got them to approve the use of the torpedo. I'm grateful. But why does she keep coming to my lab to bother me every single day?
My next work will be entitled Sniper, the Penguin Leaves the Nest.
Gah! Stop this cacophony! Why am I surrounded by carping females?
Gee, Dr. Crab gets all the ladies. I guess I'll leave him to it. Oops, it's almost time for the show. Where have you been, Daddy? Polly and Athena already went in. While we were waiting, I bought some souvenirs to take back to the village. Sorry to keep you waiting. I bet they'll love your souvenirs back home, Pearls. By the way, I hear a certain someone is going to be in today's show. A certain someone? I wonder who it could be. Oh, it's almost time. The show's just about to start. All right, let's go to the show stage then.
I saved you all seats, Mr. Wright.
Ooh, I can't believe I get to see the show again. I'm so happy I want to dive in the pool.
You'd better not. I think they'd call security.
You're welcome to the pool anytime, Athena, but Red Stash is the best swimmer of all.
Huh? Who have you got playing Red Stash's role?
Sasha, Orla and Orla are ready to go.
Hey, I know that voice.
Yup, you may know it. Marlin is back and he's playing the role of Red Stash. It be the new Swashbuckler Spectacular. Hope you enjoy it, me buckos.
And so, our pirates set sail for bluer seas under a sunnier sky. As for me, I set foot into the world of law once more as a full-time lawyer.
And that's that. Well, the little diversion is out of the way, but we'll be returning to the main timeline and plot of the game next week. I'm done for now. And I feel like I might have a small headache in one part of my head. Alright, now then. You know what? Why not? Hi, Breda, a woman I collabed with a little bit ago. Oh, he's doing some crazy stuff with carrying glass, so why not say hi? We've arrived at our destination. Please watch your step as you disembark. Please follow if you liked. Thanks for watching. Peace be with you, and may the forces of evil be confused on the way to your home. Bye.